Hi, Zero Internet people. It's nice to be back.
Yes.
Hello, no one.
Hello, no watchers.
Yeah, hello, nobody. I mean, you could all go on your socials and pimp us out, you know.
No, I
I think
wasn't.
you could all go on your Twitch account and watch it.
All that.
Ian, I've got friends and I want to keep them. Okay.
Yeah.
I already
Liar.
know you guys on Twitter, so like, talk about echo chamber.
Right. So, hang on. Do you want me to turn the thingy up?
Always.
Always with the echo. Previously on PenQuest Partners, Panda decided to fuck with a very delicate transportation spell and ended up transporting the party into an abandoned dwarven tomb. You've managed to fight your way through the tomb, vanquishing its many foes and stumbling into its myriad traps, finally defeating the incredibly difficult final puzzle to make your way out of the tomb and into the surface of the world. And you are now in what appears to be a clearing in a forest. And that's where it is.
It's always my fault. I don't agree. It's always my
Well,
fault.
then you should stop doing shit that makes it your fault.
So you managed to
It's no argument.
clear off the tree roots and the debris that was covering the entrance to this dungeon you were in, and you are now in a clearing which has got a couple of other what look to be crypts just off to the side. The doors have been smashed in, and they look in a lot of disrepair. And just on the edge of the clearing, into another tree line, you can see like a small wooden hut.
Did you say crypts?
Yeah, they look like crypts, like stone crypts. But the doors, the big stone doors that you would associate with them, have been smashed in, and there's piles of leaves sort of collected around the bottom of them. You turn around and look, and you're coming out of something very similar, but more grandiose. Yours has got a lot more decoration on it. It's still in.
Does it seem like a family plot, like a cemetery, kind of family cemetery or something?
It could well be, yes, yeah. As a reminder, when you came into that dungeon, you found a room with a very well-appointed sarcophagus in there, where you found what appeared to be a crown.
Who wants
So-
to run into the other crypts?
Well, there's a hut. I mean, we should at least go to the place that isn't a crypt first.
You reckon?
Yeah, not on the
Yeah.
door.
Okay, so who's going over to?
Yeah, why not?
I
Okay,
wander
Maybe
over.
So
saying
you-
something on the map here, sorry.
No, there's
No.
no, not yet. No. So you walk over to the small hut. It appears to be like an outhouse type hut. It's a very small wooden hut with a single door on the front. Yeah.
He's fireball. No.
Tap on the door with my quarterstaff. Hello? Hello?
Okay, you hear from inside a scream. Ah! The door flies open, and you see there's a young girl in there with like a white smock up above her knees, sat on the toilet.
Doesn't look like the little girl
She's sort
from the crypt, does she?
No, she's not like.
No, okay,
she's like
cool.
17, 18. Like
Fireball!
All right.
So she's screaming at you now.
As
As-
quarterstaff, close the door
Oh, don't
again and hold it shut and say, "We're terribly sorry. We are a bit lost, and we're unexpecting to find a shitter in the middle of a cemetery."
So she starts screaming, and she's screaming, and you can hear her shriek, "Auntie! Auntie! Auntie! Visitors! Strangers!"
This could get ugly,
Wait,
guys.
Where she was that the whole hut?
Yeah,
Or is it just... Okay, so it's just an outhouse.
yeah, it's an outhouse. Yeah,
Cool. It's like Shrek.
yeah. So
Is it a swamp?
it's not swamp. No, it's forest.
Get out of my forest.
Yeah.
So basically,
Now you've walked over to it, you can see further into the woods, there is another clearing, and over there you can see a larger building, a bit like a farmhouse or something along those lines.
Knock,
She's
knock,
still
knock.
screaming.
Operation U3. We heard you've been.
And okay, she's still screaming.
So I guess we go bumbling away over and knock on the other fucking door.
We tell her that we'll leave her in peace. We'll go and make our way to the main house and speak to whoever is there. We're terribly sorry for
Okay.
the inconvenience.
Well, her
Hopefully
screaming has attracted the attention of some other people, and you see a face come out of one of the front door on the front of the outhouse. It looks like a human male, again, the late teens, early 20s, and he comes running out and he's standing in the door looking at you.
We kind of profusely apologise. Sorry, we'll let them shit in peace. Can you help us for now?
We didn't.
But so not.
We weren't expecting.
Heard burglars.
Where'd you come from?
That way.
What way?
That way. Over there.
That big crypt over there.
From near the poo house. Right, we were poo house adjacent.
Big hole in the ground, mate.
Right.
Can't you miss it?
And he doesn't know what to do, and then he turns around and runs inside. He says, Auntie, there's strangers here. And you hear
friendly strangers.
Strangers? Well, bring them in so I can see them.
Oh, hold on. This little kid's name isn't Hansel, is it?
It is not. No. I do try and put a little bit more effort.
I take a bite of the side of the building.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. That's a nat 20 for my first roll of the night.
Okay.
22.
Well,
I bite the house in half.
you do manage to actually bite a chunk out of one of the boards that make up the side of the house without damaging your teeth, and it's wood.
I don't even explain my actions. Just have a bite and then continue walking into the house.
Right. So the boy comes
How's
back.
the wood? Is it nice?
It's a
Earthy,
bit oaky.
It could have been worse. You could have taken a bite out the shitter.
This is true.
Right. So
What if it's made of candy? Made a terrible mistake.
After you.
So the boy comes back out. He says, "Right, come in. Auntie's gonna have a word with you. Come in." And he gestures you in. Are you following him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Go on then. What's the worst that could happen?
Prepare
He- he le-
firebolt.
He leads you through the entryway, and you see some stairs going up to the next floor. It's a nice, clean house, and he brings you through to the right into a sitting room. And in the room, you can see an old lady sat there in a very comfy chair by a fire.
Is she dead? I poke her.
She's not dead. Come on in.
Okay.
Come on in. Let Auntie have a look. I wasn't expecting anyone to come visit, and that's very unusual.
Not
You
holding
own
her
an
eyeball in
oven?
her hand, is she?
There's no oven in there. There is a fire. What was the hand?
She's not holding her eyeball in her hand or anything.
She's not
is she?
holding her eyeball in her hand. She's
Fucking Pan's
she looks
Labyrinth
she
shit.
looks incredibly old. She's dressed in very nice fine clothes. That's a bit loud. Let's turn that down a bit.
Hope that wasn't a Brian.
And she says, "Yes, it's very. I don't often get visitors when I don't know they're coming. Where did you come from?"
Correct.
As you said, big hole in ground, mate.
Oh,
It's
I
haunted.
don't remember the last time anyone actually returned from there, and certainly I usually see the people who are going in before they meet their end, and I certainly didn't see you. How did you get in there?
Secrets.
Real sneaky, like.
That dwarf fucked about with a fucking baguette.
And as you
That-
mentioned
that's
that,
basically it.
she gets sort of sniff, and she gets up and walks over to you, Jeff, and starts giving you, yes. Now you mention it, I do. Did you bring Artie some nice freshly baked bread? Yes, you did you? You bought Auntie some freshly baked bread.
No, you fucking
knew-
weirdo.
Yeah, I think
Um,
we pulled there.
There's only one way
Right.
to distract
I'm
her,
going.
Jeff.
Yeah, get your bread out.
No, I'm
Get your
going to
back.
Get your backs out for the lad.
Or your baguette.
No, I'm going to cast prestidigitation and make the smell of burnt toast and just tell her she's had a stroke.
Give me a deception check.
Oh.
Very good.
Oh, you a trickster, are you? You look like a trickster, but no. She goes, another big sniff. Yes, you've definitely bought Auntie some fresh baked bread, haven't you?
Fart
yeast
and give her an
infection.
biscuit.
So you do remember way back when you first arrived in the tomb
Oh
that
shit.
one of the first things that you found upon exiting the room you teleported into was a loaf of bread that you put in your backpack.
All right. Yeah, I'll give her some. Yes, yeah. Here you go. Have some bread.
Can you give me a perception check, please?
Just him or all of us?
No, just Jeff.
It's not going to be very fucking fresh after. stuck in
Well,
your bag
you
through
go
a whole
okay. You go and root around in your bag to go and pull it out, and as you pull it out, you do notice that it still feels warm, even though you've had it for at least like 12 hours. It still feels warm, and as you're handling it, you also notice that sort of the cracks on the top of the bread seem to have spelt out the word "help."
Don't give her the magic bread.
I show the bread to everyone else. Going, what the fuck?
So she reaches forward and goes, "Thank you, thank you, thank you," and goes to take it off you.
Hang on, love. Guys, this bread says
Hello.
help.
Did you just write help in it?
I'm sure that's just the baker. You know, you're just the baker having some fun with you.
Alright, definitely didn't say help beforehand.
Yeah. Nah. It's not how bread works.
Right.
Help, I'm trapped in a bread factory.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Charm Person on. Fuck it, I can't be asked fucking about. Charm Person. Why not?
Let's bar a drink first.
Okay.
Straight to magic manipulation.
Yeah.
Checking what offensive spells I've got left for when she turns into like a demon or some shit.
Gelatinous cube.
You see her face turn green, and all of a sudden she's real jelly-like.
I know Jeff gets women wet, but not that way.
So how does Charm Person work? What's the?
Wisdom saving throw 14.
Good.
Wisdom. So, does it make any difference if they can see you do it? If they know it's coming?
No, it only it says. Let's see. You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see in range. It must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails a saving throw, it's charmed by you until you or your companions do anything harmful to it.
Okay, then the spell succeeds. Yeah, the old woman is charmed.
Right. Right. What's with this bread? What's going on?
Feed the pony, Jeff.
The bread, I collect things and it's interesting and it would really go well in my collection.
Why
and
does
as
it
you
say
said,
help me?
Why bread specifically? Like you said bread.
Michael, I smell it. I can smell the bread. I can smell the magic of it.
Look,
Wow.
I'm not being funny. We've been fighting shit demons and all sorts of crap. You smell our fucking odor before bread. What? What is with this bread?
It's magical. I collect unusual magical things from my collection. And as she sort of expresses herself, you notice the room is full of knickknacks and objects and items, all very strange. Some of them are broken.
She's just given away that she's just said it's magic bread. What? Don't give her the magic bread. It's not just a loaf. Don't give her the magic bread. How do you know it's magic bread?
What does this bread do?
I don't know. It's magical. I just want it because it's magical. And I thought you might give it to Auntie as a nice gift.
Auntie, how do you know it's magical?
I can smell it.
Okay.
Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this bread to, I can't remember your new character's
new one,
name.
Andar.
Yeah, I was going to give the bread to Anna. Mage boy, you look like you know this shit. Hold on to this. I don't trust Bill's character because he'll fucking set it on fire.
Toast.
She's watching you hand the bread over, and she looks very put out. She's like,
Did you say you can smell magic?
Yes. You can't.
Hey, what's that dwarf smell like? That one there. What's he smell like other than shit?
Sulfur.
So,
what about me?
Lady's perfume.
About right.
what?
Not
What
from a
about
lady. Can I do an Arcana check on this fucking bread?
Yeah.
Can I figure out if it's? I'm kind of looking whether there's a spell on it or whether I don't know, it's being transpositioned or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Totally a
That is
Horcrux.
12 on Arcana.
So you can tell that it wasn't ever bread. It seems to be a holy.
It's not bread now.
It's a holy magical creation. It's not bread that has been enchanted. It is a holy magical creation.
So it's something that is an illusion of bread. It's not actually. There's nothing bread about. I chop it up, can I make a sandwich with it? It'd be a really funny
you
end
feel
to this
like
campaign.
you probably could
We eat
cut
the
it
loaf.
up and make a sandwich with it, but you don't think that's going to be a good idea.
And if you do cut it up to make a sandwich with a writing change from help to
There is something
I don't suppose
familiar
anyone
about
has a
it.
detect. I don't suppose anyone has a detect life spell. No.
no.
Magic.
So as you charm this lady, can we find out where we are?
Yep.
Can you ask things other than about the bread?
Alright, where are we? What's going on? Why are you obsessed with magic bread?
You're in Auntie's house. That's where you are.
Yeah, where's Auntie's house? Within a forest next to
If you had to put it on a map,
I'm in Savalier Wood, just outside Shady Creek Run.
that's
How
convenient.
far
And
is?
she's like,
how far
she
is
looks
Shady Creek
surprised at herself that she said as much. Oh, a couple of miles, not far.
Okay, cool.
That's convenient.
That's useful.
Wait a minute. All right, this
So,
place
which
is
means
so
I can now
confusing.
put you on a map.
This place
Really
is
funny
so
if we just left. Just bye. Just split.
Do I know of any
Um,
weird old ladies who live near Shady Creek Run?
Now that she mentions Shady Creek, you do remember tale of someone called Auntie Toast Stealer who was around the run. Yes, you know that that the people would say you should never go up there because she would always be nice and always try and be helpful, but there'd always be a price. And you just don't deal with her. And you can only come up there if she wants you to, because she has some kind of control over the beasts and the creatures of the Savalier Wood. Normally, these creatures are incredibly dangerous, but she has some kind of control over them, at least around where she lives, that allows her to control who comes and who goes.
I'm just going to whisper this to Jeff.
Really cool map, as per usual.
Yeah.
You?
Can I roll a perception check as to how many toes I currently have?
Yes. Please roll a 1. Please roll a 1.
11. 3.
Oh,
You have to go over
You
it
have 6
twice.
toes.
You have to go over it twice, but you do seem to. You do seem to.
12.
All of your toes.
1,
Extra.
2,
She's toe still or
3,
not toe
many.
giver.
Right. Are you anti toe sealer? Straight to the point, fuck it.
That's what they call me down in the run. Yes.
And how did you get that name?
Scoundrels. Oh, they don't know what they're talking about. They think I'm some kind of witch or I don't know what they think.
How many children?
Are
did
you a
eat?
witch?
How many children has she eaten?
I'm sorry. Did you just ask me if I eat children?
Yeah.
Have you ever met Hans Christian Andersen?
Yeah. Yeah. He would have come through. He's quite a weird guy.
I've never met anyone named Hans, although you'll probably find someone if you're after them in the run. There's loads of people come and go down there.
So it's really convenient that we've charmed her. Then, if she, I mean, whether she does or doesn't have control over the animals doesn't really. Yeah, if she does, it's really convenient we have her charmed.
Could we ask
We're gonna get
her?
fucking mauled by a bear.
Yeah, can she escort us down to the run?
You want to go down there? Well, I suppose it's safer than where you came from. I can tell my animals to give you passage and bring you down to the run safely if you like. Yes.
Well, I can find the way to the run. So if you just ask your animals to keep us to one side.
Yes, I can
keep to
do
one
that.
side.
I can do that. But
Come
you,
out of
I
out
really
of a thingy.
wanted
Sorry.
that bread, and you're not going to come and just visit me and not give me something.
I'll leave
nice.
you anything. Hang on. Everybody, search your pockets.
Surely I could be more help to you than just giving you a way down to that horrible place.
Just one question, Jeff.
I give her one of our magic mushrooms.
Jeff, how long does charm last? Charm person last.
Lasts for an hour.
Right, we better think about moving our asses soon.
I go in my satchel and I pull out one of the intact ghost mushroom things and hand it to her. This is very magical. You can eat it.
Oh, and she grabs it and gives it some. I don't have one of these. This came. You found that down in the old king's tomb.
Yep.
No, they grow under my armpits.
Well, it doesn't match the perfume I can smell in you. But thank you.
It's Carnoir for you.
But thank you. And I'm not an ungrateful aunt, so here you go. And she goes, she rummages around in the pocket, pulls out some buttons and some string, and then pulls out a coin and hands it to you. There you go. I won't accept charity. This is for you.
Lovely. What kind of coin is it? Is it?
You look at it. It's
currency.
It looks like it's got a face and a head that you don't recognise. It's made out of iron.
Okay.
I look over at Jeff and get him to ask what is in the other crypts and if it's worth us venturing down into them.
Can you say it, Mr. Dwarf?
Yeah, can we leave him?
He's a magical dwarf.
Yeah, we've left you. We'll leave him with you.
Yeah. He's very good at singing about following the yellow brick road.
So there was only one main crypt. That's the old king's tomb. And nobody, as far as I'm aware, has made it down and back again and managed to secure the treasure. The others are just family plots with some old bones in them. They've been picked over, hundreds of years ago. I do see adventurers from the run go down there occasionally, thinking there might be an easy score instead of wandering all the way into Melasmere to find their fortune, but they never come back out.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Well,
But she again looks surprised at herself that she's giving you all this information.
We need to think about moving very soon.
I'm just going to reset my camera because it's gone
Do we
out
need to
of
ask
focus.
about the children?
Oh, they're my helpers. They help Auntie. I'm very old. I need help, and I look after them. And it's a better life than they'd have down in the run. Isn't that right, Juice? Juice, come in. The people want to talk to you. And you see the boy come into the room.
I'd like to take a very, very strong look at this kid. He's not armed, is he?
No, not at all.
Right. I ask the kids, are you here your own accord? Do you want to be here?
Yes, Auntie looks after us.
Alright. I ask Auntie, are you
Got to
keeping
get
them
my
here?
van.
They could go whenever they like.
Have
But
you
where
cast
else is
something
it?
on them to stay here, or
No.
no?
We do an Arcana check on the kids and see if they seem to be under the influence of magic.
Mhm.
That's
Or
not
roofies.
eight.
You
That's
know,
it. That's an 8.
the room you're in is absolutely full of magic from all the items in it, so you can't tell.
I'll
What
do
is the
same.
rest of the stuff around the room? Is there anything that looks exceptionally valuable?
No, that's the odd thing. They all look mundane. There's nothing in there that's jeweled or gold or looks particularly valuable.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know why she wants some bread. But I think we should make a move very quickly.
This bread message from what's his name, the guy that we helped out before.
Anomancer.
Yeah. Can she tell who may have sent the message?
So which message?
Message on the bread.
Oh, the help. Are you gonna hand her or show her the bread and ask her if she knows what this is about?
Do you know who might have put that message?
I'll show her the bread at a distance. Like like a rugby ball.
Hmm. So she looked it
touch.
over and she said, "Yeah, there's definitely something about it, or in it. I think maybe something in it."
Okay, are we gonna have to rip the bread open, guys?
Who's got a detect magic they don't mind spending?
I'll do that.
Oh, so we know it's magic, right?
Yeah, we know it.
Yeah, we know
Well,
it's
she's
magic,
told you
but-
it's magic, so whether you believe her or not.
How can we detect if there's something alive in it before we cut it in half and it starts screaming? Because
Poke it.
a screaming baguette is going to set me off. So
So it's just to be clear, it's not a baguette. It's more like a farmhouse loaf. It's round.
My only question is, do we want, if we're going to rip it apart and probably eat it, do we want bread or do we want toast? Because I can save some time.
Good question. Easier to cut toast.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Should we maybe poke the bread first? Maybe try and tickle it and see if
I
it.
poke the
Speak to
bread.
the bread.
I both poke
Like
the bread
poke
and
bread.
speak to the bread.
Okay, well, it feels like bread when you poke it. It's got like a fairly hard crust. I mean, what are you going to say to the bread?
Come here, Austin. Oh, you don't sweat much for a
What
fat
kind of
lass.
filling do you have? I don't know. Like,
Are you sentient?
Okay,
Do
so
your best, Paul
Is there-
Hollywood
you feel
impersonation.
you feel the magic within it shift slightly, and some more cracks appear on the top.
ooh.
It's just the single letter K.
What did I ask?
You asked
what kind of
what
filling are
was
you?
kind of filling you had, yeah.
It's got
Ketamine.
potassium. It's got potassium. Oh,
Ask it. Say, do
I just hold it up to your mouth.
a one. Make a number one if you can hear us. Like a
Oh,
not
I guess
a
we
number
can't
one.
hear
Is it a
it,
P?
Establish a language. We know we can write English, but let's establish a language using binary.
Yeah.
Please don't
See how long this
can't hear
takes.
us.
Right,
Right.
yes, if you can hear us.
Yeah.
So you can. So some more cracks appear on the surface, but they seem to be forming slower than they did when it formed the K, and it starts to form like the long edge of a Y, and then the cross part, but it doesn't quite make it all the way to connect.
You know that thing in Harry Potter where she makes him write and it cuts into his arm? Is this
Yeah.
bread having to cut into itself to write these words? Are we making it torture itself?
I mean,
I
it
get
is
the impression
forming
maybe
words on
Ian
its
doesn't want us talking to a loaf of bread for the entire evening. So
Oh, you know what, guys?
I think he's
I've
made
got
the
plenty
loaf
of
of bread.
material.
I
If
think
you-
he's made it tired.
You
Alright, I put
actually
the bread
mentioning
away
that
in
you
my
do
bag.
think it
Okay.
may be getting fatigued. So you do think the
Oh.
communication that you have with the bread might be
I pet the bread, and I put the bread into a bag.
okay.
Right. Well,
Poor Brad.
we're off. We're off to town. See ya.
Okay. Well,
Can you make sure the bears don't eat us? Big cheese, thank you.
okay. I will keep them. They will help you and they will guard you all the way down to the run. But don't forget, Auntie. Please come back and visit me. You look very nice.
Cool.
And remember,
Yeah,
Auntie
We're
can help.
not.
Auntie can help.
Help with.
Whatever you need,
We're-
Auntie
yeah,
can
with-
always help.
Can you?
What's the
obviously
purpose of our
something-
quest again? What we ought to do
Right,
again?
why are you here?
I can't
So
remember.
the reason you're here is because the tracking cookie lets you know that the grey dunamis that was in the end of Pandak's staff is here somewhere.
Of course, because we need to send the druid back to the smelly place he came from.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's why you're here. That's why you wanted to come to Shady Creek, and that's where you ended up. Sort of, roundabout.
Have we checked the tracking cookie as of recently?
You've only got
We
one
have
left.
one.
So you had
Yeah.
one that gave you the general area, the second one, which was what you destroyed to transport you to the tomb. You have one left. You have one left for the staff. You have two left for the orrery.
Shady
We need
Creek
to get
is.
really close by before we do the last one.
Okay. So yeah, Dave, you might want to check your backstory at this point.
Ooh, actually,
That's
backstory.
never good.
Yeah.
It always gets you worried.
Yeah.
There's some shit I've been prepping for you for 22 sessions.
24 sessions. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so you make your way out, and you do see a couple more humans and elves who are again very young, working on the estate. And you, as you approach the edge, you notice a giant black bear. He's standing waiting for you on the side
The
of
edge
the
of anti-toe stealers
yeah.
kind of area. Okay.
Yeah. So as you approach it, it sort of starts walking off, and then it'll stop and turn around.
Guess we'll
Okay.
follow.
Guess we have to
Yeah.
follow
Follow.
there.
Okay.
Carry on.
So you make your
Can,
way.
Go.
Tom, did you have a thing where you could look at animals and take the form and shit?
Yes.
Big bear.
Well, yeah, I can already turn into a big bear.
All right.
Could turn into
Fair
another
enough.
big bear, and then unfortunately, I might make that bear horny. I don't particularly want to get into that situation.
I think you should turn into a strapping young bear and
And give us some goddamn content. If you were with that trick,
Demonetized.
with that trick of you being able to turn it, is it only like living beasts you can do that on,
Any
or just?
animal I can see up to a certain level.
Hmm.
You've
Does this
seen
wolf
before.
count as an animal? It's a living thing,
Wolf?
right?
A
I'm
wolf,
trying to get-
I can turn into a wolf, a bear. I can turn into a black bear, an elk, a boar, all sorts of things. I can't fly. I can't do anything flying, and I
Hmm.
can do basic swimming, but I'm not keen on it.
Oh yeah, you don't like water. Yeah.
But yeah, I can turn into a black bear.
Right, cool. I didn't know if you had bear powers.
I can also speak to this bear if we want to ask it any questions.
Speak to the bear, find out all the juicy goss.
Does he like bread? If he could be a loaf, what kind of loaf would he be?
Where does he take a shit?
Would he be a tiger bread?
Can it be a bagel?
What have I started?
Fair enough. I will spark up the old speak with animals and engage with conversation with the bear.
As
we
we're
walk
walking,
down.
right? Yeah.
Right.
walking, yeah.
Can you give me a perception check, please, while you're doing that?
Yep.
You realise the bear is made of bread.
That'll be a 23.
The bear is not bread. It was one thing. It was one gag. One gag.
He's
That's
the
actually-
monster of your own
It
creation.
really is. It's coming back to
And
haunt me.
actually, what's happening is this is all just a dream, and we're on a low carb diet, and it's just been a 24-season fever nightmare.
You're ruining the end for me, Nino. So you notice that it's not it's not like a normal natural bear. There's something off about it, something unnatural. But you do manage to cast your communicate with animals spell, so you can try and engage it in conversation if you like.
Okay. Good morrow, Mr. Bear. How fares thee?
He sort of looks at you and says, I am escorting tiny creatures down to the place full of tiny creatures. I've had better mornings.
Does Auntie treat you well?
She treats us well, we treat her well.
Fair enough. You hunting in the area?
Clear
Hunting?
little words.
Yes. Many men, many elves, good hunting.
I see. And do you hunt on Auntie's behalf?
We hunt for ourselves. We keep
Fair
her
enough.
safe from those who may want to harm her.
Does it happen very often?
No.
Good call.
The men and the elves, they may be small, but they learn their lessons quickly enough.
If you think they're small, and I point at the door, like I can't hear, obviously.
Someone's no longer a Goliath.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right, so just some information for you, Dabble. You know that you're going to be approaching from the north, which means you're going to be approaching what is known as the North Clover, the on the top side of Shady Creek Run, which is home to some of the more not exactly noble, but well-off, wealthy people of the run. And you know that there's definitely going to be family members patrolling and guarding, and you know there's a bridge, and you know there's probably going to be at least a couple of Jagantoth guards on the bridge to make sure they know who's coming in and who's going out of the run.
When you say family, do you mean
Sorry, not Jagantoth,
family?
Utalot. So families as in the crime families of the run. So the run is ruled by a group of crime families. There's Namardoon, which are sort of like a little bit. They are like the top of the pile.
Yeah,
they're the most powerful. They have contacts outside of the run, which they use for their advantage, and they're the ones that do a lot of fencing of goods that come out of Savalier Wood. The Utalots control the ins and outs, and they control the main pass south out into the Dwendalian Empire, so they know who's coming and they know who's going. Other than that, they do a lot of ranging and hunting, so they don't have a lot of muscle on their own, but they do use it to control choke points and extract tolls from those choke points. And when they're not doing that, they are making use of the woods to hunt for exotic pelts and that kind of thing to sell and trade. The Trebane family are very insular. You don't know a lot about them. All you know is that the word is they're not to be trusted. You never trust a Trebane. They are they're the information brokers. They don't really have a lot of upfront big muscle, but they trade in information, and they'll happily play factions and people against each other for their own gain. And the Jagantoth are the brutal. They look after their focus is slavery, drug dealing. They are absolutely brutal, and they will not hesitate to publicly execute people in the streets of the run who they think has wronged them. And all these sort of families are they're not exactly working together, but they come to agreements, and they know where each other's territory begins and ends, and they try their best to keep out of each other's way. On top of all that, you have the Grey Traders Union, which is what most people in the run would associate themselves with. Anyone who is a trader or a merchant, they're going to be part of the Grey Traders Union. They're not a crime family, but they do look after they do look after all the trades and try and keep them safe. And on top of all that, there is the Grudge Gang, which is a mercenary group who provide security to anyone who can pay. So they're not beholden to any particular family, and they try and keep the run from boiling over into absolute anarchy, and they're one of the only reasons that the place hasn't torn itself apart years ago.
Okay. So I'm gonna just, when we talk about bridge, we're talking about this bridge here, aren't we?
Yes.
Right. So
it's been about 6 months since you were here.
Yeah. These houses here.
Yes.
Which ones are they? Are they just part of the?
That's the North Clover. That's the well-off, part of town where all the rich merchants and family members and lieutenants may have lodging.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow the bed down, but yeah, I might disappear off when we get to the North Clover.
Okay. So you follow it down, and you start to see where the woods are starting to clear off. You did notice when you were coming down there were definitely sounds of animals and other beasts in the forest, but they didn't come anywhere near you or bother you. So you're now just north of the North Clover. You can start to make out some of the buildings from within the tree line.
Right, I'm just going to mention, right, it's going to be best if you don't mention that you know me, okay? I'm going to get this is the North Clover. This is a posh side of town. Once you go over that bridge, you're going to be really close to Shady Creek Run. I will catch you up on the other side of the bridge, okay?
I asked the bear, once he leaves us, will our friend, if he stays in the woods, be safe?
I have done my job.
Yeah, but
And
Thank
he
you,
turns
Mr.
around
Bear.
and walks off.
There you go.
So I don't know if as far as information you might want to give to the rest of the group,
Yeah.
there are you know of the inn called the Trench, and you know that there's a very nice brothel called the Landlocked Lady, and they're both off the square on the South Clover.
So that's the Trench. That's the Landlocked Lady. So I'll
That's
probably
the
say.
Landlocked Lady there.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll meet them in the trench, basically.
Are you the landlocked lady?
Or the Landlocked Lady. It's up to you. Know. You'll have
Like-
to sleep sometime. You can't sleep in the Landlocked Lady, or you can, but it'd be really expensive.
Do you
Yeah,
mean
no,
in
you
the
absolutely can.
in Loch Lady, or do you mean in the landlocked lady?
and another word of advice: make sure you got some medicine when you go to the Landlocked Lady, or a cure disease.
Nah, the risk is worth it.
Let's not go too son of a bastard.
Here's
Yeah,
what I've got
when
that
you get-
fifth
Depends
level.
when you go for the special, the troll special.
Okay, so is that what you're going to branch off, and you're not
I'm
going
going to branch off, and I'm going to. I assume that the river is swimmable.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going
Absolutely nothing could go wrong with splitting the party.
to. Oh no. I'm basically going to sneak over through the forest and probably cross roundabout. Probably cross about here.
I'm going to zoom out because I can't see you clicking.
Oh, sorry. So over here, it looks like
Oh,
about
okay.
a mile.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a long way away.
Actually,
So-
maybe not. Maybe not. It probably about here, because then you've got a nice little bridge there.
Okay.
So I'm going to stealth through the forest. Let me know if I need to roll.
Yeah, give me a stealth roll.
This is when I do a proper Jeff, isn't it? Oh no, that'll do me.
Okay.
26.
So as you're doing that, the rest of you, what do you want to do?
Go to the pub.
Yep.
So
I knew
okay,
you would.
you approach
Somebody
the
mentioned
bridge, and there are
See that? Anders from kind of high society and likes the idea of staying in the rich area. not going near the dirty poor side. That's really horrible.
You can go over there, some bloody wine bar or something. I'm off for a pint. See ya.
Yeah. What's the little? I'm guessing they're just potentially just looking like houses. There's like that little structure on the north side of the bridge. It's a
So
little building.
that looks
It's
like a
better
guard.
than the
It's a
others.
guardhouse, is what it is.
Okay.
What are these little things around? Like hay plants or something?
You have no
Tree
idea
stumps,
because you've not
are
been over there. But yeah, the tree stumps.
Like turtles. They look like turtles.
Look like tree stumps
Raphael.
from Zelda 2.
Donatello.
You're going to interrogate him on every single bit of map color, aren't you?
Why are these trees purple?
Well, that's actually they are there purple for a reason. This is a Savalier wood. This has been cursed by Fey magics when Malazimir fell. It is
D12.
dangerous.
So, are these hills blue and yellow?
I'm assuming that's a joke I don't get. So let's just go. No,
I've been to many places. I've seen so many faces. But nothing compares to these. blue and yellow.
Innocuous.
I think we should
Climb
walk
so
down
many
to here.
mountains.
Right. I'm going to go over the bridge, go to the pub.
Right,
Me
so-
and Jeff.
as you approach the bridge, there are a couple of human guards standing watch.
I vaguely casually nod as we walk past.
And he goes,
You look up.
"Hang on, friend.
Yeah,
Hello.
It's 5 gold to enter the run."
we don't need to mess about that, do we?
Yeah,
Don't think it
you
is.
fucking do. Yeah,
I don't think it is.
Or
yeah, it really is.
what if it is?
I don't think it is though.
I'll try and.
You're not been here before, have you, friend?
Demonstrably.
No.
No, but when was the last time you went swimming in the river?
Just the other day,
You prefer
actually, it
your
was
chest-
very
You
refreshing.
prefer your chest with or without holes? Which is yeah.
Are you squaring up to the guard?
Absolutely.
That's skinny. Yeah.
Oh,
Are we just
Yeah.
fight with the guards? I'm on this.
And how much was it to get in again?
5
gold.
gold ahead. For now.
Holy crap, that is expensive, actually.
Per head?
Yeah, right.
Bro.
That's
Nah,
made
bro.
him-
We'll do
This ain't happening.
5. We'll do 5 gold for me and my mates, and then we'll just call it a nice day.
No, we won't. You see, the Jagantoth, they want their cut. They build this bridge. They pay our wages. So coming in, going out,
Listen,
unless
if
you're
you wanna-
with the family, it's 5 gold a head.
Can
Yeah,
I
you
try
can-
and
you can-
They've hired me personally. You know, they've hired me specifically to play my flaming bagpipes of glory. I am coming to the pub to play for them because they.
we're going to jack it off. Let us through the bridge.
Jeff,
I-
give me a persuasion check. Are you going to actually show them off the
Oh, for
bagpipes?
fuck's sake!
Are you going to show off the bagpipes?
Yep, I'm gonna show off the bagpipes.
Do it with advantage then.
Okay, where's the advantage bit?
Just roll it again.
Roll it again.
Just roll twice.
Well, again, and pick the higher one.
It's hard to beat what you've already got.
Boom.
Sorry, hard to lose.
There you go.
Yeah,
Right,
with
so
what you already got.
explain what it is that you do to show them off your skills.
You're gonna
I'll
do a
whip out the
bagpipe solo, aren't you?
'cause- Yeah, I've got my amazing flaming bagpipes, so I just start blasting out Thunderstruck.
Banger tunes.
I start blasting out Thunderstruck with flaming bagpipes going off, and Yeah.
Okay, they are actually suitably
Doing fireball in the
impressed.
background.
Right, okay. Okay, I can see that. So you say the trench hired you to come into play.
yeah, they wanted me to come over here, play, have a laugh, and my group, my groupies and my roadies here. They're here to help me out.
All right, okay. Well, I'll send Reese over to check on you later, make sure everything's above board. But yeah, you can pass. That Mary the gobshite though, that's 5 gold. And he points to you, and
Nah.
I was waiting for you to do the best hit of Disturbed.
Ooh, wah, ah, ah,
well, I guess you're waiting then. Okay, fellas, you're free to go. You can wait until you put your hand in your pocket.
Art in hands.
Just figured out what spells I've got. Yeah.
So what are the rest of you guys doing? Are you milling around? Are you crossing?
Leaving.
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna cross.
I'm off to the pub. I want my pint.
I'm following Jeff to the pub.
So as we cross, I flick 1 gold coin to the guy and just go, "It's all good." in an
All right,
attempt
what
to
he
get
owes for
Andar
now?
across.
Sindan?
What the hell? I'll chip in if he's broke. Yeah, I'll chip in a gold.
All right, what
You're
is...
at the mining. You're
so
at the mining base. Stop
the-
giving him money.
The
Is
four of
your
you have now
character
crossed. So now,
Is your
Andar,
character actually skin?
you're now by yourself, owing 3
Mhm.
gold.
Is your character actually skin?
No,
No.
All right.
I've got plenty of gold.
All right.
So as you're figuring stuff out, one of the guards yells up to the building and says, "Fellas, looks like we got some entertainment." And as he does that, you hear some doors
got a better
close,
idea.
and
I've got a present.
6 other guards come out. So you're now facing 8 guards. Okay, you okay? Is that present 3 gold?
No. And I pull out a magic mushroom. Just give it a try. Just give it a try. If you don't like it, I'll pay you 3 gold.
What do you think will happen to me if I take this thing and give it to Ionis Jagantoth? Do you think he's going to be happy with me? Do you think he's going to have a really good night? Do you think he's going to have a really good night in the Landlocked Lady off this?
Have a fucking fantastic night, I guarantee
Don't
you.
be fucking stupid. Your mates have done you a favour. You owe 3 gold to get in.
Just try the
Otherwise,
mushroom.
me and my mates, we're about to lose our sense of humour.
I'm gonna
Did you
throw
have-
in.
Did
And
you have
I'm
one?
gonna throw in another gold. Just
I'm gonna hang
before.
around the side of the bridge, but I'm not going too far, just in case this turns ugly.
In the pub already.
Andar, seriously, you just don't know how to.
You're
do it.
not there.
I know I'm not. That's why I'm shaking my head.
Does he need 2 more gold?
Which side is the barracks on? Is he on the north or south?
So there isn't anything that you would define as the barracks. So the Grudge Gang do keep a dormitory on the east side, sort of around here, which is where the Grudge Gang can sleep and bunk. But yeah, there's no real central barracks. Everyone looks after their own stuff.
Cool.
So where are the guards on the bridge? Are they quite? Is there quite a big gap between them and Andar, like a burnable bit, and he can stay around and?
Well, I don't know whether
Fancy
you're
it.
actually getting up in their face, but there's now 2 of
I
them.
reach in and I bring out 2 gold pieces. I go, I'm glad we could come to an agreement. And I put it in his hand. Like, thanks for cutting me a deal. And I cross the bridge. And I put my mushroom back in my pocket. I go, nothing for you.
All right, in you go then, you cheeky cunt. Make sure I don't see you again.
I cast a fucking minor illusion of myself at the fucking side of the bridge and walk away.
What, just stood there where they wanted to keep you?
Yeah, literally staring at him because he said if he don't want to see you again, and fucking run off. Full pelt.
Okay. So you have the last word, and you do make your entrance into the run at a pace that suggests maybe that you realise that you were very
out of
close
my
to a
fucking
bad
depth.
situation. Yeah.
I was trying to contemplate whether we were going to need our spells later, or whether I could get away with like setting everything within 10 feet on fire or not.
Welcome to my daily conundrum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Now you're getting the hang of this game.
Yeah.
right. So Davil, you do you make your way over? Where do you make your way over?
It's probably gonna. Oh, where's? Actually, is there a back passage into the trench as such? Not the landlocked lady. That's a different back passage.
You are not aware of any regular rear entrance into the trench, no.
Okay. I just want to have an area that I'm going to be relatively thingy, so it's probably going to be somewhere like there or there, depending upon how many people are around.
Yeah.
And how I might have to wait till it gets a wee bit darker though.
Yeah, there are a fair few people around that you can see on. You're over here. Over here, you can see there's definitely people going back and forth. Especially this area here, the Clover is the centre of commerce for the run, so it's gonna be the most heavily trafficked area, honestly, for most of the hours that people.
What time is it?
You estimate it's probably just after mid-afternoon.
No, so I would choose to sleep here or try and get in through the forest. I don't want to go too far doing the forest. I think I'm going to climb a tree and have a nap. As
Okay.
in, keep myself out of the way or secrete myself in a bush.
Okay. Okay. So the rest of you make it to the trench. As you approach the front door, you do see a couple of people milling around outside. You make your way in, and just as you go in, there's a couple of heavies just off to the side, making sure everything's keeping calm. A fairly well-built human and a goblin. You're not, the goblin, but like a really like a well-dressed looking goblin.
Creepy suit.
Fair enough.
Okay. I look round at Andar. These beers must be on you.
Burning hands, right?
Hey,
Yeah, come on. Bridge tax.
Bridge
We're going to have to
tax.
make inquiries as to whether or not what is a room for the evening cost here in the trench.
So you go to the barkeepers and he says, we got a few rooms. 5 silver a night per head is 2 to a room.
If I was to perform tonight, would I get a room for free? And a nice room?
Oh, we haven't had a bard in here for a while. Yeah, if you can keep them drinking, we'll give you the room for free.
Fantastic. Right, I'll set up and start. Yeah.
How much for the rooms?
5 silver a head.
Yeah, I'll pay for
So there's currently only 4 of you in there, right? Yeah. No, 5 of you.
So I'll pay for a room, and then I'll put. How much is ale? How much is ale per tankard? Say. Or for a keg? How much is a?
You want to buy a keg?
Depends on inch in the keg.
Well, you can have the entire barrel for a gold.
For a gold? All right. Yeah, we'll have the barrel.
All right. You got a name?
Steve.
Steve. How many E's?
Steve with 2 eyes.
Steve. Oh yeah. I could never get
Steve.
My elven is. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, all right. So he grabs some chalk from behind the bar and writes STIIIIIV on a barrel.
No. It's one less eye.
Scores the eye off the end. Steve.
No, not that eye. No, not that eye. The other eye.
Right, he just draws a face with some pointy ears on it, underscores it, and then drives in the tap into it and says, right, yeah, fill your boots.
And then I'm like, there you go. You know, I think that makes up for me being a knob on the bridge.
I tell him that I want the room to myself, so I'm going to pay an extra 5 silver, and that way Dabble's got somewhere to sleep later.
I'm going to crash in Jeff's.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's why performance, so you can get like a nice
Okay.
I can choose. It's fine with me, I can choose.
Fine, yeah, private room, that's fine. Yeah, no bother.
Oh. And,
Cool, so I grab some ale and go find a table.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'll join.
Yeah, there's a few tables.
Yeah.
I asked.
There's a few other people drinking in there, but it's not overly busy.
I asked the barkeep about the local farmland and whether or not the local farmers might be interested in a deal of improving their land.
I mean, you'd have to talk to them. They will be in here tonight once they finish their work. It's hard work, and I'm sure if you've got some way of helping them out, they'd welcome the assistance.
I am a master of the land. I'm sure I could probably come to some arrangement with them. But yes, if you can point them out when they arrive, that would be grand.
Yeah, if I see any, I'll let them know that you're here and send them over to you.
Alright. I guess.
Scrum.
Time for a beer.
Yeah,
Is there
well,
like-
it's all yours, so you just keep calling it off as you want it. Let me know if any of you are on a mission.
No.
I
We
do
got
have a
about
question.
Yeah, anyway, not until Jeff starts playing.
I just have a question. Where does my contact live?
So your contact was in the trench. You don't know where they lived, but they
Okay.
they were associated with the trench. You're fairly sure they're not going to be there anymore. The last that your arrangement was that everyone was leaving and no one was coming back.
Yeah. So
But it was the trench.
yeah, it's unlikely to see them. Have you got a name for them, or shall I just generate a random one?
For the contact, yeah, you can just pick one, pick whatever you want.
Oh God, I'm just doing a random name generator, and they all sound awful.
Steve.
With like 5 eyes, yeah.
With 3 eyes. No. That could get very confusing. I'll come up with
Is
one.
this
Don't worry.
is the trench the kind of place that would have wine of like the grape variety rather than ales and stuff?
Yeah, there, you can see there's some flagons behind the bar that look like they're probably wine.
Yeah, and I was going to order wine because he's a snob. Doesn't drink swill. So.
Okay, 2 silvers for the wine then. Any particular type? We've got
Vintage.
Elven. Well, I don't know about vintage. We've got Elven. We've got some Dwendalian.
Any
Give him
votes,
some
people?
baby sham. He loves his baby sham.
Any buck first?
Blue Nun.
WKD.
It says we've got some.
Slambrini.
We've got some nice stuff from Old Deslo, if you like, and you recognise the name Old Deslo. It's a settlement just outside your estates.
Mm.
That it's been your table wine for the last few decades. It's acceptable.
Cool. Sounds grand.
It's not the kind of
for
stuff
that.
they drink in Rexcentrum or anywhere like that, but it does for your table wine.
It'll suffice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
We'll go for
just a silver, please. So, and he's sort of giving you the look as he's getting you drink. So, not seen you around before. If you don't mind me saying, you don't sort of look the type to be messing around in the run.
Well, we woke up in a
Yeah.
crypt. We got accosted by some weird old lady who had a bear slave, and we just want to get drunk now.
Oh,
All
don't-
our bread.
Don't use all your good material on me, Mr. Bard. Save some for the punters.
No.
Yeah, I'll get some food brought out. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit early now. Can you wait a little bit? I'll get you some cheese, some bread and cheese while you're waiting. But we don't start dinner for another couple of hours.
No fucking bread.
That's cool, man.
No fucking bread, please.
All right, I'll get some stuff from out here.
What time would you like me to start playing? What time do you normally start getting busy?
Oh, when the farmers get in here, so like I don't know, just after sunset. So
Cool.
what? Yeah, let's say 6 o'clock, just after sunset. Let them start getting in their cups, and then you can wow them.
Alrighty.
So Prince, you've noticed this lot messing around the bar. You're not sure if they're going to be trouble or not. They're not the usual crowd. They don't look. Some of them look like they're quite heavily armed, but the rest of them look very odd. So you're not quite sure what to make of them.
Odd squad.
I'm gonna. Can I do a perception check to analyze their boots, their belts, their clothes, see if they've got any rings, earrings, necklaces.
Yeah.
Okay. Perception. Hey.
Right. So you can tell the one who's up there ordering wine at the moment is speaks with an accent that he's definitely noble, and
Right.
his clothes are very fine. He's got some nice rings. He's definitely got money on him. He's wealthy, obviously wealthy. The others not so
He
much.
doesn't have money on him. Just fucking broke his ship here.
Yeah, the others not so much. There's the wizard looks like he probably has probably got some scratch to him, but certainly the druid and the monk are very typical of their kind, homemade clothing and very plain clothes. You're not quite sure what to make of the tiefling. You think you're going to have to try and figure him out later.
Alright, well, I just kind of come into the bar, I've given him the eye, you do, and I just go up to the bar lady, just have a silent word in her ear.
Alright.
Do we notice him checking us out?
Give me a perception check.
Who's got the best perception? We're going to get them to do it.
Alright, I got this. Not that pissed yet.
Yeah, you definitely think he's be giving you the up down with the eye, but he's like security, so you kind of expect that it's his job.
Okay, I kind of look around at the others, just kind of point in the direction in like a least unsubtle way I possibly can. Like, him over. Oi, him over there. Then just go back to my beer and don't really think much more of it.
So while you're drinking, you've noticed that there's a guy up in one corner of the room who seems to have spent most of the day there, and he's getting a bit grabby with the barmaid, and you hear like a oi and a slap, and she sort of stumbles back, and he gets up and sort of goes to grab her. It's like, oh come on, just a quick one. I've had a really bad week. So the barman sort of gives an eye over to the two heavies and goes, guys, get Kurt out. He's gonna make a mess if he doesn't.
Bob.
All right,
All
now.
right.
All
I'll
right.
walk over there. We walk up to.
No, I'm being friendly. I'm being friendly. I'm not trying to. I'm not.
Just nodding towards the door. I've got my arm under his arm and I'm just easing him.
Oh come on, you don't have to be like that. I spent loads of money in it. I'm paying your wages. And he sort of pushes you away.
I give him a slap.
Dinner and a show.
Okay. Roll an armed attack. Well, okay. I'll say if you give him a slap, roll an unarmed attack. Yeah.
How do I unarmed strike? Okay, there we go. Hey, that's all my luck done for the day.
Right. So he gives you a push. You sort of.
Did I critical hit him?
Yeah.
Did I just crit him
You
in the face
step
with my
back onto your foot and then ride it into a forward. And rather than a slap, you crack him straight on the side of the skull, and he just does like a 180 and then flop onto the floor.
Yeah. Actually, I will try and catch him, knowing he's gonna go.
Okay.
Before he fully hurts himself, sort of thing.
Right. So you manage to you go to grab him, and your mate comes up just behind you, grabs him as well. It's like, fucking hell, Gob, you don't have to do this to everybody. All right, just
Gob.
All right, let's get him out. So you start dragging him and drag him out the front, throw him into the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably wake up soon. Probably.
I don't know, look
Yeah,
around at the others.
nice
What's
work.
going on? Look around at the others.
They start a fight with these guys. That'd be a great show.
Yeah, that was quite impressive. That was quite the hit. I wonder what you could do if you had a weapon.
I look over at fuck, what's the monk's name?
Ilkane.
Ilkane. I look over at
you're on
Ilkane.
mute.
I'm like, Ilkane, you're on mute for a start, Ilkane. Like, Ilkane, he's good at punching. You should be mates. He's fucking well good at it.
I've been dropping jokes for the past 15 fucking minutes.
Oh.
I had the best one was like your bread joke was a world of pan.
I'm glad that we missed it. After that conversation with Ilkane, I kind of look at him and go, that guy might actually hit a charge.
Okay, still antagonising your party members. Okay.
Always.
Right, so Dabble, what are you up to? What's your plan?
I'm going to wait till it's a bit darker and then cross the river.
Okay. Are any of the rest of you doing anything before this, or are you going to wait for Dabble to come over?
I'm waiting for the.
How long are we waiting for him?
As I said, go fill your boots or some lady.
Curious about the actual time we're waiting. Because
it's going to be a couple of hours at least, because it's nowhere near dark at the moment.
Like 4 hours?
It's going to be about 4 hours before you're going to be expected to eat up and Jeff to perform.
Let's wander around town a little bit.
Can I do my elf meditate thing and do my sleep effectively?
If you want. Do you want to go to your room? Well, yeah, you would be expected to get your room to do it. Okay, yeah.
I look over at Jeff as everyone else kind of leaves and goes, "We're staying drinking, right?"
Yeah, I've got my amulet of the drunkard. I'm fine.
There's literally a whole barrel to be drunk.
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
I'm not overly comfortable. The druid's not overly comfortable going out alone in this town because he's feeling quite. He's basically on Tatooine, so I'm not. I'm not going far.
Okay, so yeah, there is definitely a Mos Eisley vibe about this place.
Yeah.
If that's what you're into.
Yeah, we kind of look over at you if you go to stand up and we're like, dude, just here, have another beer.
Yeah, I'm not
And
going
we
out
kind
there
of cheers
already,
and
so I get mugged.
Okay, so you end up waiting a while. Dabble.
Yep.
It's the sun's starting to come down now. There's definitely some activity, but it's gone down, and you reckon you can probably stealth your way across if you're careful.
Right, I'm going to stealth my way across. I'm guessing you want an athletics roll.
No, you can definitely do it. I just want a stealth roll, please.
Okay. Well, D, 27.
Yeah, you managed to you managed to get over without splashing too much. You don't think anyone spotted you. You managed to come ashore just behind one of these buildings here, sneak your way round to there. So you've not managed to go through the main clover. But if you want to go in the trench, you are going to have to go in the front door. Well, I say you don't have to. There's windows and stuff. If you want to try breaking in, you can do. But
this is a bit I didn't think through, did I? I should have
Just
asked him to leave a window open.
Just walk in whilst I'm doing my amazing performance.
Hold on a second.
I don't have a hood.
beer break.
I'm liking Thunderstruck.
Yeah,
What?
get a beer. Hang on. Yeah.
Right, all right, back in a sec.
Right, yeah,
Hang on.
Yeah, if we're
we got a beer break.
Sorry, I heard my youngest go, ow.
It's alright, we're going to do a beer break.
Already got that.
Yeah, we're gonna do a beer break.
We're going to do a beer break. Go and beat your kids, it's fine.
Okay.
walking out by myself. Ugh. Keep tapping my feet under the table and the dog keeps fucking banging on my shoes.
Cheers.
Sláinte.
Na zdrowie.
Up your ass. Oh, campai.
Gambay.
Oh, while we're waiting for people to come back, can I quickly just do my portent rolls?
Yep.
Did you say you're important?
Portent.
Portent.
Oh, okay.
Portent, it means you can get it up.
Very good. Very good.
So you got 8 and a 6.
You're an 8 and a 6.
Mm.
Who's urinating?
The dog.
86.
Oh, since I'm doing my meditate, I'm gonna mess with my spells.
What is that? What's that, Max? What's that?
Shit.
It's a poo.
It's a poo, bro.
Who's that? Huh? Who's that?
I think I'm gonna need less offensive stuff. Potentially some more.
Dog tax.
Dax.
Oh. He's like,
Oh,
oh, oh. It's me fucking feet.
I always love how Schnauzers always look pissed off all the time.
Were you streaming there, or are we paused?
No, we're streaming. I've not paused.
Oh, I think my phone number might have been on his dog collar there.
I pointed out now how people call it.
It's me getting dick pics tonight.
That's just from me. I do number anyway.
I've done that a few times myself when I put pictures up and then suddenly gone, oops, you can see the wife's phone number on that.
For a second, I thought you meant sending dick pics to Nino.
Well, I do that all the time.
You know, sending a couple of dick pics.
What, again? Sorry, Nino.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
I think I'm going to have to just walk in the front door because I didn't organise anything in advance.
Okay, so soaking wet, yeah?
Yeah, there's no easy way of drying it.
No. Okay.
Actually, I could I'll put my hood up normally because of course it's getting dark. So, spontaneous rainfall, I think, is the excuse.
All right. So, Prince, you see this character trying to make entry into the trench. He's leaving a puddle, and he's got his hood up.
put my hand out.
Watcher.
Gob.
Gob. Is there normally a price to enter the trench? Ian?
No.
I've never had to pay before.
You think it might be the fact that you're making a mess on the floor?
Oh, give him a silver.
At this point, just move out the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
You see the rest of the rest of the queefers around the table. Well, all apart from. Actually, are you back now, Ander? Or are you still?
If it's been 4 hours, I am back.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting at the table doing my find familiar ritual.
Okay. I'm going to head over to the queefers and go. Hey, we've got to change your clothes.
No, but there's a jug over there to go get some.
Oh, I'll have a beer and then I'll go by the fire and sort of steam myself.
Okay.
It's the type of place that if you get your kicks off, no one minds. They're letting Jeff play, so anything can happen around here.
So, Prince, you hear the dwarf talking about getting naked?
Do not want to see.
They're letting Jeff play again. It's not going to be ooh ah 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 again.
It's not wrong with the witch doctor.
Last time.
La la ding dong.
Yeah, I'm just here to keep the peace. So if people get naked, as long as well, until they start getting naked, I can't do much.
And when they start getting naked, you won't want to.
Okay, so you going to do anything else to sort of advance your quest, or are you just going to let Jeff do his set, go to bed, and then figure it out in the morning?
Can't actually remember what the quest is.
Are the farmers around? Have they entered?
The who? The farmers. Yeah, they're starting to drift in. Yeah.
I just am thrilled about you adding the Morrowind theme into this. This is a gem.
In that case, I casually make my way over to the farmers and introduce myself as a traveling druid, and was wondering if they might be interested in a helpful spell to help their crops for the next year, in trade for I don't know, information and possible assistance.
Yeah, although I don't know what we could possibly know to help you out. If you've got something that'll help the crops come in, we'll definitely take it. What with whatever happened to the woods is just made things really difficult to grow around here. You never know what you're gonna get.
I'm sure I can help with that, and I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. Maybe I'll come see you tomorrow. Obviously, the bar is not a place to make business arrangements, but I can come find you at your home.
You must be new here. This is where all the arrangements are made. At least that's the way I understand. I try to keep away from that sort of stuff. I try and make an honest living, but you know.
Well, I have some degree of spells that may actually be able to help. You may not see instant results, but I'm sure you would see them over time. It will take some preparation, and will have to be done tomorrow. The spell takes approximately 8 hours, so, but I'm sure we can come to some arrangement. Mutually beneficial, I'm sure.
Well, again, I'm not sure what we could possibly have that would be of any value to you, but I mean, we're not rich. I've been around here long enough to know, you don't pay first. So, no offence, I don't know your friends, so I'm not going to be parting with any of my coin.
I wouldn't ask you to part with your coin. If perchance I were to cast this spell and you start to see the benefits, then maybe if I was passing through again, you might give me safe haven, me and my friends safe haven, or a place to lodge for an evening or two, part of the bounty that you received.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we can come to some arrangement, although, I want to be clear, if you're trying to hide from one of the families, I'm not getting involved with that. Yeah, I'm afraid you're on your own. I can't.
more just I obviously this area the inn may be full. I may a druid. We don't particularly carry a lot of wealth. Thus, we trade our abilities for lodgings, information. You know, help out, help the people. The people help the druids.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That
Huh?
sounds like something we can do. Yeah. All right. So, what is it you want? What do you think we could possibly tell you that?
Well, basically just what happened with the woods. What happened in the area? What caused this blight?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? If I knew that, then I could
Maybe
probably sell it to all the universities. For certainly the Cobalt Soul would probably be interested in it, wouldn't it? We don't know. It's been like this for centuries. Just
there's
something
no old
happened.
wise tales about how it was brought about or what might have caused it, a curse upon the land.
Well, yeah, they say that the elves were messing around with something they shouldn't have been, and it blew up in their faces, and it cursed the whole woods. And we're talking hundreds and hundreds of miles of woods, just almost completely impassable, apart from, the crazy lot going there trying to find the relics and stuff to sell them. But yeah, it's too dangerous for me. I prefer growing stuff. It's much easier. It very, very rarely tries to eat you. Although around here, you never know. You have to be on it pretty quick. You don't want any of the plants.
Oh, I see. So you're saying the plant life actually has become carnivorous?
Well, some of it has, yeah.
Okay. And can you describe any of these plants? I mean,
well, I'll try and keep.
Look like?
I don't go into the woods, but from what I've heard, they're like, vines and stuff with like thorns, but they move. And people have been coming back here saying they've been chased by them. I don't believe it myself. I've only ever seen them stock still in the middle of my field. But then again, as soon as anything like that turns up, we dig it out and burn it and forget about it.
And has it affected the animals at all?
Yeah, there's some nasty beasts in the woods as well. Like regular beasts, but, nastier. Like twisted and extra stuff and weird colours and, nasty.
Okay, well, I can come around tomorrow, and basically the spell, if I were to find the best place to cast it, it will affect a radius, quite a large area, so you should see bounty for the next 4 seasons.
Okay, well, come see me then. If you go out of here and head west, and then take the south road down towards the first farm, you'll see mine. It's got the grey roof.
Okay, I shall come find you tomorrow. Enjoy your evening.
Okay. Name's Hurler, by the way.
Sorry?
Hurler.
Hurler. Okay. I'm Sinbad. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. It's don't often see people being generous around here, so don't mind if I'm a bit, untrustworthy. It's,
Fair enough. I go back and warn my compatriots that the woods sound quite nasty, and in my experience, this is not normal. This is not normal druidic behavior, or that we would see in the woods. Something is afoot. Something has upset the balance.
So this is something you're familiar with, Davil, that the Savalier wood has been cursed for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's what drove the elves out of the area and what led them to settle in Uthadern.
Cool.
I know anything about this even from my time frame? Was this area affected then?
No, you were from the area that Melasmere. That's where you went before it all went wrong, and the woods you were in were almost a paradise. Certainly a paradise for druids.
Okay, so this is quite upsetting. All right. I with the rest of the party, I tell them we have to get to the bottom of this, and our quests may actually verge here, because there's something wrong with these woods, and I feel that I may even be a part of it.
So, I guess the question is, do we want to use a cookie to work out where we're going next, or do we just want to enjoy tonight and worry about that tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm not quite certain. What the last cookie told us it was in this area, but you don't know how.
In Shady Creek. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're now in the general area. I think it makes sense to do the next one.
Do we want to do it? We don't want to do it in public, do we?
Nah.
Do we want to do it tomorrow? Yeah, after the big show.
Yeah. Let's get Jeff's show out of the grave.
The Undertaker.
Okay, Jeff, you're up. Can you tell us all what you do to entertain the crowds?
I do my rendition of the aristocrats joke in full.
Okay.
The Gottfried version. I'm not going to say it on the stream because it's filth.
We do have limits.
Yes.
We do?
Apparently.
Jeff, you're going to have to talk to me tomorrow about this because I don't know this joke.
The aristocrats joke. Oh, wow.
I start clapping through some of his joke, and then by the end of it, I'm just like.
And then start proceeding to play some bangers on my flaming bagpipes because, you know, everyone loves flaming bagpipes.
Okay.
Do you want a real performance?
Yes, please.
I'm going to have him joined on stage by 8 magical dancing badgers.
Okay. How?
Control flames.
Yeah, just the
fire
question.
dance.
The question being, how are you going to get 8 magical dancing?
I can conjure animals, and they appear as out of nowhere as sort of magical beasts, and they'll do anything I ask of them.
Okay.
I can create 8 of them, and so basically I can create 8 dancing badgers for an hour to join him on the stage and dance around while he plays.
Well, okay, that's a big hit.
Okay.
I look over at Andar while the flaming bagpipes are going. I look over at Andar and go, should we join in with the flames? Should we make this even more fun?
See, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely, because I've got control flames as a cantrip, which is like I can make flames do cool things, not anticipating what you're gonna do. So I start making some of the flames and stuff dance around and make it look kind of fancy and do little loops and stuff. And then we're like,
I
to you.
come over to you. I come over to you and I slap your hand out.
Well,
Pointing
it's
at this building is made out of wood. Stop!
no, like with the chandelier, like just making the tops of the flames spin round and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not like
techniques on stage.
like a firestorm.
It's like a Rammstein show.
I look over at this guy, just slap Andar and go, you're gonna fucking hate what I was gonna do. You're a big fucker and I am not gonna do this.
I'm a goblin. I'm pint-sized.
You're bigger than me.
Actually, you're approximately the same size.
Be interesting.
Although
Oh, yeah.
he's got
Okay,
like quite a
so-
tall hat on, so he's actually,
Yeah.
if we're looking at the hat, he's quite a little bit taller than you.
Alright, I look at him and I go,
we're then eye to eye then. We're just looking at each other and
And I
my
say-
eyes are saying, don't do it.
I saw you punch out a guy earlier for doing nothing. I don't want to see what happens if I burn your pub down.
I'm
Yeah,
the
but
way
look at-
going, no, don't.
And I was like, yeah, dude.
Sit back down and
I
have
get
another
distracted because some farmers are rubbing their legs watching the badgers, so I dart off to go and make sure the rest of them comes.
Next time that needs to be lean with more than badgers.
Ladies and gentlemen.
On
Okay.
stage, start playing the badger song. Badger, 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 badger.
Mushroom.
You've got flaming bagpipes, right? They're like lasting flame. Okay, so I'm using control flames to enhance the fucking flame. So they're like rocket engine fucking blood bursts.
I bet, I look over at Ilkane and say, I bet you can't punt a badger into the flames.
I haven't got punting a badger into the flames. Is that a dexterity thing?
An unarmed strike.
Sorry, what are you trying to do?
What's the role for a volley? You know, like a soccer fucking football.
I mean,
like running.
Acrobatics.
Running
Well, acrobatics.
Isn't his foot just going to go straight through it unless?
No, they're real animals,
They're real
right?
badgers, right?
I'm gonna roll an acrobatics.
They're fey badgers.
15.
That's real enough.
Okay, you managed to hoof one of the badgers off.
It's like a firework.
Room just
squeezed into
full
the
of the smell of burned hair.
When they only have 3 hits apiece. So when they sort of go off and disappear back.
Like
into
a
the bin.
fucking hamster in a microwave, just everywhere. Just
I
splatter.
think the badgers avoid being kicked anymore. However, they dance away from the monk.
I hope the people thought we put on a good show at least. You know.
Oh, there you go.
At least some bloody badger punting.
You've upset all the farmers, though.
So I just kind of cheer.
Yeah, Andar's there with his mushrooms.
Yeah. I should have brought snakes too. I could have made snakes.
like searching for snakes. Fuck.
Is this when you get your tackle out?
Yeah, so Prince, you hear someone say
tackle out.
snakes now, and
Jeff's on the list.
No, I'm searching frantically around the pub for these snakes.
yeah.
Like checking on, picking people up slightly off their chair, looking under the tables. Every now and then looking back at this group. Just
Desperately trying to figure out which one to start with.
Yeah.
How do you discipline a whole group of people?
Alright, come back to your table. Come back to the table and just slam a hand on the table in front of all of you and just point my finger at each one of you.
What is wrong?
I just point my finger
so-
at the dwarf.
Just having
So
a
the
pint.
owner of the bar comes over.
Everyone's just pointing at the dwarf. He's the ringleader.
So the owner of the bar comes over and goes, yeah, well done, Gob. You're on it. That's good, but you know, I think I've not seen anyone drink this much in bloody weeks. So, well, we can give him a pass. All right, you know, don't burn the place down, but yeah, good show.
Okay.
What are we meant to do if we can't burn the place down?
Yeah, what's
that's
that?
the show.
Yeah, he's right. He's watching. He's watching. That's his job. Yeah.
Ask the goblin. You obviously seem to know what's going on around here. What do you know about what's going on in the woods with the plants and stuff?
Gob.
Gold? I
Gob.
see. Okay.
Gob.
Does he not speak common?
I don't know.
Because all he did was point at us. He didn't tell us off. He just kind of pointed at us.
I asked, did you know any other language? I speak to him in... Do you know Sylvan? No?
You know, Celestial? That's the only other language I know. Very
Yeah.
much use.
And you obviously don't speak Elvish. Do you speak Elvish?
Gob.
Okay.
Ask him, does he speak Infernal?
Infernal.
He might. He actually fucking might. He's a cop. I try Orcish. Dwarvish.
Old Tongue of Dragon? Draconic?
Celestial. Like anything.
I try no.
He seems to be getting bored with you now.
I try
Ian.
sign.
Ian,
try
I'm just going to do a basic Steve Cant introduction.
Okay, he's trying to speak to you in Thieves' Cant.
Going on, home slice.
Thieves' Cant sounds a lot like drinking a like kind of Jaipur beer, I've got to say.
Ale.
No.
Gob.
No.
Offer him a tankard of the beer.
Yeah, give us a pint.
No.
Oh.
Hang on.
Yeah,
I've
the
can't
barkeep
comprehend
goes, yeah,
languages.
go on, you've been on for a bit. Yeah, you can. Go on.
Like
Your
tank
gob-
it over.
In these cants, so you're that was a good cut.
That's good.
In these can that was just so you're gob then.
Prince.
Fucking
fail.
acting prowess.
Gob. Gob.
Gob.
Gob.
His name's Prince. Okay.
I mean, we should call him Gob.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I
Prince,
guess-
or is it the bouncer formerly known as Prince?
The bouncer currently known
What?
as Prince.
What's the name of that symbol? Hank.
Is it Gob?
Okay, communicating with you is going to be different. I don't think I
I'll
have
cast
any-
comprehend languages. Done.
Gob.
It's not that he doesn't speak
that-
these languages. He's just been bonked
No, that
on the
one's-
head.
That one's up to Ian, I think.
So yeah, I'd say if Jeff's comprehending languages, then he can get the idea of what it is you're trying to say. So yes.
I thank you for your ale, gentlemen, but you have caused me much grimace this evening.
It's alright. Didn't mean to, but you know, fire, bagpipes,
right.
badgers, you know how it goes.
Indeed. So, where will you go next?
I don't know.
Somewhere that appreciates the fire arts, I guess. The arts and arts.
The arts and arts.
That's a fucking great
Episode
trip
name.
No, yeah, like a name for our trip. We're the arts and arts. That's the shit.
No one's called Jason, so we can't do it.
Jason
Oh,
and the
fuck.
arts and arts.
It's the
Oh,
arts and arts.
Ian,
It could
if
be
we had
Jeff's.
got
It could be
most
Jeff's stage
skeletons
name.
tied, you're in trouble. Okay. I'm just waiting for a Ray Harry Harrison to come on.
So Jeff's stage name is now Jason.
Jeff. No, it's still
Yeah.
Jeff.
Jason and the arts and arts.
Jeff and the arts and arts. Okay.
Oh, it's Jeff and the Queefers.
But
Jason and the
arts and arts.
Well, apparently you've got on
Very
a solo
clearly-
career now.
Alright.
Arson is very clearly spelled ARSEN.
Okay.
So are we now
Alright.
communicating? What happens when the comprehend language? What happens when the comprehend languages spell runs out?
You know, back
Because
to
it's a spell,
usual.
right? It's
Stop.
not-
Stop understanding, I guess.
we can't-
Yeah, like I have common in my languages, but it's because I can understand it.
Hmm.
Actually, do have some other language.
Can we pictorial? We draw.
can you speak in bread?
Fucking Brett. Hand him a
Brett's
loaf. He might know what it is.
Yeah, pull the loaf out and show him the loaf.
Okay, so he hands you a loaf with
Whoa,
the
whoa.
word help.
I show him. I show
K
him the loaf. I don't.
All right. It's got the word help, K and Y sort of scratched in the top.
Is the next word jelly?
Alright.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. you will need KY jelly and some help if you're going to push this in.
Okay, so the bread is quite dry.
Yes, make
Yes.
the best lube.
All right.
Guess they
I
got
mean, I
running
do
start.
what anyone else would do, and I kind of look at it and try and sort of in the air tracing the letters, and I just kind of give it a poke until the crust cracks a little bit. Like bread.
So, Andar,
Fucking yelps.
and Panda, can you give me a perception check,
Hmm.
please?
Motherfucker.
Oh, and Cinder.
That's alright.
I'll join it as well.
19.
Pretty well.
Me too.
Okay,
19,
so
yeah.
all of the magic users hear a little like screech of pain.
I yank the bread back and I carefully place it into my bag and pat
Like,
the
try
bread
and look in the bag while you're doing that. Just kind of like.
on the nose, like a duck.
Bad goblin! Bad goblin!
Okay.
Got nothing communicative in my spell lists. That's really bad. We're plants.
just
If you
gonna
were
have
a
to be
plant,
creative.
if you were a plant, we could talk.
Can't someone tell me
It
it's a
used,
plant?
I suppose it used to be a plant. Does that count? Yeah.
Well, while we can speak to him, ask him if he knows anything about. I mean, do we? Who or what are we telling guys about what we know about this thing and how dangerous would it be to bring it up?
Did you ask that to the group?
Well, yeah. I mean, who do we trust in this area? And I look at Dabble. I'm guessing no one. So, who do we seek help from in the area regards what we're after?
There are some people that we can, but most of them have left the town.
What about this guy?
So you know that if you want information, then you want to try and find someone who's in with the Trebanes.
Yeah. So you're gonna need the Trebanes. I'm not the best person to negotiate this for you, I'm afraid.
Maybe our goblin friend may be able to help us while we've got the ability to communicate with him.
I can't remember if I'm affiliated with anyone. Ian, help.
You're with the Grudge Gang, so you're working with the Grudge Gang.
Gotcha.
Bob.
Yarp.
I do know things.
Okay. Let's ask him what he knows about the
Tyrion Lannister
local areas and whether or not there's anyone we should avoid or make friends with.
I would say avoid the Mardoons, but that's going to be hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's going to have their own agenda, so.
You're
Is
just
anyone
going to
asking
be
me
a
anything?
pawn in plans here.
I think we have to think about what are we asking. What information are we trying to glean specifically?
Yeah.
What do we need to know? Because right now we actually probably don't know what we really need to know yet.
No, I know that's the problem. I don't know what to ask because I don't know.
I think we need to do the cookie. We probably need to do the cookie to kind of open up.
That's that point, isn't it?
Yeah, so we know what we need to do next.
I'm like, no. I know stuff. You can ask me.
Okay.
No.
We don't want any of your information. We're going to split the party permanently. You're going to live the rest of your life here, and your adventure is going to continue on.
You've come across this attitude from the nobles before, and it hasn't really bothered you. You know that you can handle yourself around here better than they can.
Alfred would have a point. Because
What do you know about Panamancy?
I'll give him another
Yes,
point.
that's a hand.
Put some money in it.
Ham. Well, now you fucking speak English. Fuck it up. Common.
Okay.
Well, we're assuming you're translating it through.
Translating via.
Yeah.
I pull out a platinum piece. I show it to him.
What?
I say to you, how much information is this worth?
I will literally tell you anything you want. Give me the platinum piece.
Tell you you're pretty.
Well, that's 5 gold over at the Land of Ladies.
No, he needs nothing to druids, but if this goblin knows something, I'm willing to give it up. So, hey, it's what you know.
A lot of information, that's for sure.
Okay, in that case, I put it on the table and I say, start giving the information. As soon as I feel that you've fed me enough, I will slide it across the table and it's yours.
How about we just break it down a little bit? And you can just give me a bit for each question.
I'll tell you what, I'll take the platinum piece away and I'll pull out 10 gold. For every bit of information you give me, I'll give you one of these.
Okay.
All right.
But you have to give me 1 gold to start.
Fair enough.
We all
One gold.
we all look around. Really?
I'm just gonna check that. I'm just gonna.
It's watching the druid who has no idea about money. We're like,
Yeah.
probably not the best person to be negotiating with money.
So I put a gold in my pocket. Thank you.
And the information?
What's your first question?
Okay. You said you had information, so cough up. Come on. You said you had something of interest. Let's hear it.
I know the forest is magic.
Okay, we know the forest is magic. It's been magic for decades. Tell us something we don't know. Do you know why it's magic?
Guys, blue.
Oh no. There used to be a castle around here somewhere, I think.
Ooh, interesting. I slide another gold across the table. Tell me more about the castle.
Oh, there used to be a royal family used to live in there.
And? Well, families usually live in castles.
And one day it was gone. And there's no one left. They say
before you pay him.
The family perished. And, might be 1 or 2 members left out there looking for vengeance or something else of that sort. But other than that, no one's heard from them since.
How long ago was that? They perished?
No, must be about 30 years ago now.
Do you not think that the estate would have been looted by them?
Oh no, I think the people that left over would looted it first.
Fair enough. Okay. Anything else? I hold up another gold.
About the castle, there was a nice stained glass window in there.
And
the sun used to come through on the south side.
okay. And did this point to something interesting when the sun shone through?
Nah.
Okay. What good is a stained glass window to adventurers?
Hang on, that's too many questions. Come on.
Fair enough. I flip you another gold.
I
Go
lean
on.
in.
Your
Before
information
you-
is becoming less useful. So
Before you
start
hand
popping
in any
up.
more money, should we just ask Davil if he knows any of this shit first, or we pay somebody else for it?
I'm gonna start there watching you hand over money and just going.
Yeah, all this stuff about castles and windows, news to you. You've never heard anything about castles and windows.
I'll give you this for free.
He's never heard of castles. Never heard of
No, I
Never
windows.
heard of windows.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure people
Mac
knew the
OS.
castle was there. I'm not sure anyone knew it was really there. It was enchanted, they say. A fairy magic.
What do you know about him? And I'm pointing to Davil.
You don't recognise
That's a
him.
good question. Fuck.
Well, you point at him, you look at him, you don't.
Wait,
He's the
which
wet guy.
Oh yeah. I know he's ruined my carpets.
Tell you what. Instead of me giving
Carpets?
you any more gold, how would you like to join us looking for said treasures? And then you can
Isn't
earn
that a
your
group
gold.
decision?
Whoa, hold on.
Isn't that a
yeah.
fucking group decision? Just inviting random
We're gonna
people.
end up with it sooner or later, so you might as well find an inn.
Wait, well, hold on there, sirs. Even if this lot don't want me to come, I could stick with you and just protect you. How about that?
I see. Are you a mercenary?
I mean,
We
I
have
will
a-
do things for gold.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
hang on,
Gold
we have a
is good for gold. Let's face it.
yeah, we have a sign-up fee. It's
Well, then
10
we'll
gold.
get on like a house on fire!
Yeah, we have an initiation fee, and it's 10 gold.
Nah, I'm alright.
That means we protect you. You protect
Yeah.
I
us.
think you should be. I think you've seen me in action. You should be paying me to join you.
I saw you punch
you
a drunk
do-
guy.
Yeah, you do
I'll punch
nothing
another
against
one if you
fire.
keep going.
Give it a beer to, Pandak. Go on, drink it. Drink it, get drunk. Go on.
Next it. Slams it back on the table. Who do you think you're talking to, our guy?
Give me a Constitution saving
I
throw.
again. Slide it back.
Oh, okay. I'm
Emma.
Okay, you
Literally just like
knock
taking
it back
empty tankards
and you
just
slam it
flat.
on, and you sort of square up at him, and then blackness as Pandak claps his face first onto the table.
Cool. Well, that's the dwarf.
Tell you what, Mr. Prince, if you want to come along, I will take you up on your deal. If you would, if you can prove that you can help us out, I'm quite willing to share cuts of my spoils with you. We were to come up and find anything of interest or value.
What we're talking? 50-50?
My split, yeah.
Yeah, with
And
his
one
split.
gold and 1 gold a day as a travelling companion.
Yeah, but we'll offset against any costs that you incur. Healing.
Or
food.
how about we go 65-35?
What, and you get 35? I may be a country bumpkin, but I'm not that dumb. So
I've
no,
heard you
look,
druids don't care about money, so why are we haggling?
Because I'm a bard, I have a very expensive booze habit, and I need this fucking coin.
Yeah, but he's not taking half of any of our coin. He's literally just taking 65% of the druid's coin. So we're fine.
Yeah.
We're all like, yeah.
Oh,
sounds
oh,
like
sorry,
a
I'm party money
fantastic
then.
idea, man. Yeah, we'll continue to split our pot exactly the way we all were splitting it. And the druid
And
now
I'm willing,
only
to give
gets.
up I'm willing to give up my daily fee here as well,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
open to negotiation.
Yeah, we're all in favor of that.
Yeah.
Sounds fantastic.
in that case, you have. I extend my hand. You have a deal. As long as this remains fortuitous for both of us, then you have a deal.
I stick my hand straight out for the handshake to seal it with the druid, like this. You
Have
sir,
you
have a
harvested
deal.
it?
I'm sorry, Ian, what was the bartender's owner's name?
The bartender owner's name was Dristgram.
Driscoll, so I just shout up, go with Driscoll! It's my last night!
What?
Send my P45 in the post.
All right. Well, just let the gang know and tell them to send over someone else tomorrow. All right.
Fair enough.
You can pick up your pay at the end of the night.
Mr. Prince,
been great working with you.
Did your friendship offer us any immunity from the local gangs, or any insight or information that they
Oh, well,
might be?
certainly I can. You will have safe pass. You will have safe passage with me with the Grudge Gang. That's for sure.
Okay.
We were tending the bar here. You see, we do odd jobs around town when they need us, depending on the pay.
Can we actually figure out any way to speak to you without Jeff?
But Ian.
I mean, that's up to you if you want
actually,
to.
Sure, yeah. I mean, okay, so see, I speak a very, very oldie version of Goblin. I haven't seen it written or spoken around very much in all my years.
Oh, similar
So
to
you
the
can-
stuff we've seen in
So unless-
the similar to the stuff we've seen in the crypt, because we couldn't read that.
That was dwarvish.
But, oh, that was Dwarvish.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But probably a similar kind of unreadable, untalkable.
Teach me to
old.
read.
Yeah, you see, I was taught by my family. You see, we kept it all in house. It was handed down for generations of.
Incest.
Excuse me. What did you say? Well, how is this drunk, sleeping dwarf talking?
I'm not the dwarf.
Magic is this?
Phil's the dwarf. I'm the elf.
Right. Right.
What skills do you have, Mr. Prince?
What skills do you need?
Well, obviously you have the skills of subterfuge, but you look to be a man of some degree of knowledge. What's your niches?
I prefer to say I'm a resourceful kind of goblin. I'm very good with animals. I'm all right at history.
Okay.
Got good eyes. Got good hands. Can talk my way a little bit out of things if I have to. Pretty
Are you a
nifty with the
practitioner of
fingers.
any magic arts? Are you a practitioner of any magic arts?
Not that I know of.
Fair enough. Are you handy with a
Although
blade?
you have performed some miracles with some drunks in your time.
With some what?
You performed some miracles with some drunks in your time.
Oh, drunks. I thought you said trunks.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah, I
okay,
can
I was,
trunk as well. Imagining this.
No.
I'm like, okay.
I'm good with a blade. I'm good with a crossbow, and I'm dressed pretty well.
You can watch my back.
I mean, it's not exciting going on his back, but you can watch it. You know.
Right, in that case, I'm about ready for a long rest since the night's festivities are over.
Well
Okay.
then, sir, I shall see you in tomorrow.
Okay.
So you do have some lodgings at the Grudge Gang barracks, so you can go and use those.
So I've
Alright.
already done my rest with the fort, so I'm just gonna stay in the kind of main area, keeping an eye.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
I'm
to
just
my Lovenasium.
And I assume
I-
I just
I'm
put that
gonna
on the table.
I'm gonna draft and then crash with Jeff.
And I just
Did
Over
back
the
on
barrel.
table
Leave Pandak at the
as a
bar.
long rest?
Okay. So you wake up the next morning, Pandak, still face first in the table as your colleagues come noisily down the stairs. Your head feels a bit awful.
Does anyone want another drink? Looking at
Hair
the
of
tin.
the dog.
Hair of the dog, start again.
Bloody Mary, that's what you need, mate. The Bloody
Oh,
Mary.
really?
No, Bloody Mary's not working tonight. She's on Saturdays. He yells over at the bar.
Isn't she the landlocked lady?
She is, yeah. Not today though.
Best
Ah.
thing for a hangover is beer the night before.
It's like once a moon. You know the rules.
So we look over. Can we get any breakfast to go with our beer?
Yeah, I'll get some sausages cooked up.
Can you get my dwarven friend here a really undercooked fried egg, where it's all like half cooked on top, so it looks like sperm? He loves that.
I did understand that. I'm not
Fuck
gonna
his
lie.
meal up, like undercook it. He doesn't like things done well. Yeah.
I can always
Like-
cook it myself later. It's fine.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, no problem.
This day,
It should basically graze the pan.
The thing is, I know exactly what you're talking about. To this day,
Cook it with a hairdryer.
I go to British cafes and you ask for a fried egg and it's burnt on the bottom and raw on the top. And I don't know how they fucking manage it, but they do. Yeah? It's crispy and raw. How do they manage it?
Ah.
The secret ingredient is neglect.
That'll be a text tip there.
Right.
Okay, what are you doing?
We gotta figure out what the hell we gotta do this cookie, guys.
So we should probably do this cookie, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll need to do it in
Well, does
private in one of
anyone-
the rooms.
Does anyone want to
Yeah.
go shopping or anything before we do a cookie and like get out of town?
Am I coming to join them, or am
I
I
don't know.
just sitting
It's
in
up to
there?
you if you want to come and join them in the morning.
Well, we're
you can.
Yeah, I
congregating
mean,
in the-
I don't trust them to run off without me, so I'm going to come and be at the
Okay.
pub.
Yeah,
sort of
you're
waiting
there in
for
that
them.
case then. Yeah.
We might as well, if we're going to include him, we might as well figure he needs to know what he's getting into. So we might as well show him what the cookie shows us. You trust him? I suppose we have to, really. So,
Bit brave.
hey,
Okay.
look, we trusted you, Mr. Dwarf.
I believe I was here before you came along.
Yeah,
Didn't
and that
we
was a
replace
terrible,
someone?
terrible idea.
Yeah,
Like,
and
this-
what were the
this is not a good
circumstances of
example.
Yeah, where did you come from?
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah, I remember now. Never mind.
Has set fire to one living and one dead party member.
Right,
Let's
so
do this cookie and
Who
figure
is
out
doing
what's
the
going on.
cookie?
Who's got it?
I reckon we should give it to Dabble because he knows the area better than anybody. So anything it shows him, he's likely to know what the fuck it is.
I don't do
That's good
magic
shit.
stuff. He's a magic
Don't do-
person.
I don't think it does though. It's just a cookie, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's
I
what we
have-
tell him anyway.
I have a feeling that I had it, but so yeah, I pass it over and chuck it to Dabble. Go on, mate. Just eat this. You'll be fine. Trust me.
Only eat one corner, mate.
Okay, I will follow
Eat a
the
quarter.
instructions to eat the cookie.
You're eating the cookie. Okay, can you roll a Constitution saving throw, please?
This isn't going to be good.
You die.
9.
Okay.
It's not sultanas
so
in it, you throw up.
I like sultanas.
as you
I
eat
prefer
the cookie,
sultanas to chocolate chips.
Weird.
your vision starts to pull in from the sides into a black tunnel, into nothingness, and then it opens back up, and you can see yourself flying above the Savalier Wood, and you can know it's a Savalier Wood because you can see it's broken up into greenery and then corrupted, twisted trees, purples, reds, greens. You're swooping down, and you can see as you approach the line of Shady Creek, and you zoom down and you fly over the roof of the trench into the South Clover, and you sort of loop around the store on the southwest side of the trench of the South Clover, and then you take off towards the northwest again, over the bridge, over the woods, towards a hill upon which at the top is a fortified building and a watchtower that you recognise as being the estate Sabaric of the Mardoon family. You know that is their fortified stronghold. And as you approach into the building, you feel a searing pain go through your head, like the worst headache you've ever felt, and your entire vision sort of goes photo negative. And as that happens, the vision breaks and you're back in the room. And because you failed your Constitution saving throw, you now smell like fresh baked cookies, and you have broken out in chocolate chip type pimples all over your body. Yeah.
You
Chocolate chip acne.
You now have disadvantage on stealth saving throws for 12 hours.
At least until if I squeeze any of the spots, and you know what's going to hit the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say Hershey's and leave it at that.
Thing is, I like Hershey's.
Like Lindt chocolate, hard on the outside,
Yeah,
soft chocolate on the inside.
like gooey. Blech.
I don't believe anyone likes Hershey's. No one likes Hershey's.
I had
I like
Hershey's.
them.
I had
It's
Hershey's
like
by
fucking
accident in
dish soap.
Vegas, and it was horrible.
I like Hershey's.
It's good to
Hershey's
Yeah.
taste
I-
literally tastes like vomit.
If my
Literally.
wife is shouting from the other room, it's cack! It's cack!
Nothing was as bad as
greasy.
chocolate from that place in Vegas.
No, that's not what Hershey's tastes like.
No, it
American
was worse.
chocolate is the worst.
Yeah.
It's
You
awful.
had chocolate in the BAP that the burger was in. That was gross. I couldn't even eat it. I had to throw the BAP away and just eat the burger.
The restaurant in Paris,
Time
where
to
they brought out the
reinvent the
chocolates at
colonies.
the end.
Good God.
Yeah,
it was
was-
awful.
It was awful. I ate some by accident. It was ugh.
Right, so
Yeah.
Dabble, what did you say? Where do we need to go?
So there was a shop on the in the west southwest of the road we're on.
That's over.
Yep, and then we went over to the Mardoon estate.
Okay, so do you reckon we should go to the shop first, or should we just go and
Shop
chat to
first.
these?
So we just
You
do
don't
that.
you don't just chat to the Mardoons, okay?
I mean, we
You-
can though, can't we?
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
they're
they
the
know
one-
our reputation. The Queefers. Live and
No,
true.
they don't.
Uh,
You are
sorry.
likely.
Jason and the Arsenals.
Yeah.
Fucking Patrick got
Um,
punted into bagpipe flames and blew up.
Let's
Doesn't
just
know
say
that.
if you want your feet to be inserted through your neck hole, then talk to them like that.
What's a neck hole?
Stop.
You know, it's a hole in your neck that's just been opened.
Oh.
In your throat and your mouth.
Yes. Don't say I didn't warn you, but yes, we should check the shop out.
Okay. It's just
I'm
the
gonna
shop
put my hoodie
is-
up.
As
Three
an aside,
destroyed
how much did I
buildings.
get paid for my shift?
5 silver.
Thank you.
Look after the pennies.
Which is a total bollocks saying. Sorry.
It's not bollocks, say it. I thought you're from Yorkshire, man. Come on.
I know, but the looks after the pounds and then the pennies, you know, are the less important bit.
Putting your tea bags on the washing line.
Oh no, I don't do that. I don't need to mourn tea bags like the wife does.
Or-
You just
You know, they don't deserve to have a wake.
tea bags live in a teapot for a week. I
Yeah.
thought that's the standard, isn't it?
The fuck?
You reuse
Hang
tea
on.
bags.
I
Nope.
thought
You think-
Phil
you
was the
feel
tea
like-
heretic around here.
Hey,
This
you
is
put
this is
toilet
the
paper
Why
difference
did you
here between West Yorkshire and North Yorkshire. You see, we don't do that. We drink as tea proper.
What, loose leaf with a little sieve?
A little yellow
we stick out,
submarine
we
leaf.
stick out
with
those
sweet
fingers. We drink tea like this.
Are you sure you're from North Yorkshire? No. Surrey?
No,
Hey.
North Yorkshire.
Hey,
No, not North Yorkshire drink.
North Yorkshire, I can say grass properly.
In North Yorkshire, they
No, you
pronounce
can't.
it.
Right, so what are you doing?
Ross.
right. Where are we going? So we're going to go speak to these folk then?
Are we going to
What-
the shop? The shop,
What
wherever it
are
was.
the
maybe.
shop?
broken buildings on the map?
Do you ask that out loud?
Yeah, just what happened there?
So, I mean, Dabble, you know that there's lots of places where people end up in the run and they can't afford to live and they end up living in slums and hovels and places that have been abandoned by the people who have made their way and made their money in the run.
Okay, so that's basically the slums, is it?
Yeah.
Which shop are we headed to?
The vision showed you as you walk out. Do you go out the front of the trench? Is that where you're going?
Yeah. I'm going to put my hoodie up,
Right.
as in my cloak hood.
So as you step out the front of the trench, you recognise immediately that yes, this is where you were, and you can actually recognise that the people who are out and about in the square are the same people that are out and about in the vision that you just had, and you recognise that shop on the opposite corner as being the one where it sort of swept around before it went up towards the Mardoon estate. You don't recognise it. This is new since you were there.
Okay,
That
well,
takes a social cue from Davil putting the hood up, forgetting that his robe is brilliant fucking orange as well. I wanna see.
Is there a sign on the shop saying what it is or what it sells?
So you make your way over and you see a sign on the front written in common that says Septimus Souls.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I asked Prince, do you know what the shop sells?
You know that it's magic. He sells magic items.
Oh, okay. Well, let's in we
But
go.
you've never been in there. Okay, do you
Here we
make your
go.
way inside?
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way in. As you open the door, you hear a bell go off, a little magic chime, and you hear a voice coming from the back. I'll be with you in a second. Hang on, one second.
have a quick look at what's in the shop and have a quick appraise of it. You know, is it worthless tat or is it?
No,
You know, is it Poundland or is it Marks and Sparks?
it's
I'm waiting outside.
okay. It's Marks and Sparks. It's nice stuff. It's I would even go as far as to say John Lewis.
Ooh.
I don't recognise John Lewis.
It's good.
You can tell
Ooh,
how
look at you,
classy
Mr.
I am.
Prime Minister. Yeah, it's good stuff. It is good stuff. And you out from the back of the shop, you see this very large, like 8 foot tall fur bulg walking down, big, flat nose, tufty ears. Hello there. I'm Septimus. How can I help you?
We just came to browse, good sir. What do you have on offer to help adventurers on their way?
Oh, we have various things. We specialize in magical items.
Do you
In
have
your
any
vision?
magic bread?
In Davil's
Ooh.
vision, did he just saw the shop, right? Didn't see anything else.
No,
do
just saw
with
the
it?
shop. Yeah.
I just saw the shop.
So I kind of
All the
pipe
shop.
up from the back, going, we're looking for the end of my magical. We're looking for a magical knob for the end of my staff. Have you seen it come through
Seen
your way?
any
or
magic
so?
knobs?
Ooh. Oh yes, we do deal with staff knobs. That's definitely something that we can help you with. You say you're looking for your knob. What happened to it?
Yeah, he was polishing it rather vigorously, and it just came off.
It fell off.
It disappeared
And I
around the
misplaced it.
time. Yeah, it's after an orc woman.
Oh, that's
That is,
terrible. Well, could you describe it?
Yeah, shiny, like
Purple.
really pleasant looking, quite big.
Right. So,
Bulbous.
Not bigger than average, I would say.
so
marble.
let's assume that
Yeah,
you
for a
describe
dwarf.
it accurately. And he
It
says,
was purple marble. It was about a centimetre in girth.
oh yes,
One might describe it as a chode.
something like that did. Something like that did come through recently. Yes.
Where did it go?
Oh, that was very quickly bought up by the Mardoons. Kremhilda Mardoon came in literally the day it was bought in, the day it was found, and bought it for their collections.
Okay, how much did it go for?
We have an arrangement with the Mardoon family. We tend to keep our transactions on the quiet.
Okay,
So I lean into Davil.
And
If
I
of
know that
course,
one asked
we would of course extend that courtesy to yourselves as well. We wouldn't go and talking to others about what you may or may not buy in here.
Leaning into Davil, do you know this Kremhilda?
Yeah, you do. You know that she's one of the Mardoon higher ups.
Senior.
This has all just got really complicated. We're about to piss off pretty much the worst people.
I asked him
in this
what he
town.
has in the way of magical bows and whether he takes trade-ins.
Yes, certainly. I can check our inventory, but that definitely sounds like something that we can do. I only will accept magical items for trade, though. I have no use for common weapons and instruments such as
That's
that.
fair enough. I hold up the magical quarterstaff. I'm possibly looking at a bow instead of this. You have something in stock?
Are you after any particular effect, or just a bow with the ability to damage creatures who are not susceptible to normal attacks?
Just creatures who are not susceptible to normal attacks. Standard magic, you know.
Oh, yes. May I have a look at the staff you have at the moment?
Yeah, I hand it over.
Okay, he has a look up and down. Oh, yes, it's quite well made. I can. You see, we have quite a demand for our ranged weaponry because people don't like getting up and close and personal with the people they end up having to kill. So we only have one in stock, and I do have rather more of these sort of bludgeoning weapons than I would like. I will take it off you. I will pay you 100 gold for this staff. It will be 400 gold though for the bow. So if you can give me the staff and 300 gold, I can get you an enchanted bow.
No, I'm all right for now. Thank you. That'll do.
Yeah, hands it you back. It's fine. I'm sure it'll do
No,
if
that's
you.
fine. Thank you very much.
Getting up close. I'm sorry about your knob, Mr. Dwarf. If you are interested in getting it back, you're going to want to talk to Kremhilda.
Where could I find them?
Well, she ask around within the town. I suppose she doesn't really have any place that you would be welcome to walk up to. I can certainly try and pass a message if you want to see if she's willing to talk. If you can give me information on where she can find you.
No. No.
Yeah, I look at Davil to know the area a bit more. No, that's fine. We'll ask around and definitely.
Yeah, I've overheard this.
I mean, maybe you
come in, put my hand on Sinden's arm and just gone.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
Maybe you can talk to Murala. He was the one that initially brought it in. Maybe he had two. How many knobs do you have?
I just the regular one.
Just the regular. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. Murala brought it in. Maybe you can find him around here. He's Murala Jagantoth.
Sorry, Miranda.
I want to jack off. Yeah, jerk him off.
I see. He probably used my knob in quite the wrong way.
It's surprising that you're not the first person to ask about this. I deal with a lot of magical items, and very often there's some interest, but never quite so much as this. You're actually the third person to ask about this. Tatia Trebane was in asking about this as well, but unfortunately, it had already gone off to the Mardoons.
Everybody wants your knob.
Interesting.
Okay, well, Jolly makes sense now.
Yeah. I in the interest of items that you might have for sale, do you sell any magical daggers?
Oh yes, we have magical daggers.
What effects might they have?
What kind of things are you after? We have quite a large inventory.
Possibly something with a poisoning effect, or something long-lasting, something to affect an adversary after the fact.
I do believe we may have something like that in stock. Yes, hang on one second. And he goes off into the back, and you hear him start shuffling around through some boxes and opening some crates. And he comes back out with this, with a dagger in his hand. It's got a curved blade on it, which has got a gold filigree pattern down the broad side, and a razor sharp edge on it, and a green gem set just in the hilt. We have this dagger. Not only is proficient against creatures who are resistant to non-magical weapons, it will actually provide a status upon them where they will be poisoned if you manage to land a strike with it.
And how much might this dagger set me back?
This one, 550 gold.
Jesus fucking Christ.
God.
I'm like rifling through my pocket. Anyone want to lend me some money?
You said you fucking loaded earlier. What's this all about?
I'm broke as fuck. We've had this conversation. Literally the first session, I had all my money robbed off me by Davil. I produce. First of all, I produced the iron coin that Anti-Toast Dealer gave me.
Okay, it looks it over. Well, yes, it is magical. Not something I'm interested in, though, I'm afraid.
Okay.
How much do you need again?
550 gold.
Yeah, I've got 130 gold.
Oh, sorry. Did you say that the coin was magical? That this woman gave us?
Yes.
You know what magic it might hold?
Yeah,
Whether it might be ill.
that's a good question.
May I have another look?
I hand it.
And he looks at it and may I take it in my office and perform an assay?
Has he left the dagger on the table?
No, he's got it in his hand.
If you leave the dagger there, I'll feel comfortable with you taking my coin away.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not in the habit of leaving my merchandise out. Hand you the coin back.
That was dumb. I give him the coin back. Fuck off. Go have a look at it.
Okay. You seem taken aback by your brash attitude, and he goes in the back, and you hear some chanting for a minute or two, and he comes back out, and he says, "Yes, it's some kind of find spell or location spell or something to help find the item."
Find the coin?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful! It's a
The
tracking
old woman
cookie.
brought the
Brilliant.
bloody tracker on us.
She's literally stuck a tracker on it. So, cool. So I pocket that. I've produced the scroll of Greater Restoration, level 5 Greater Restoration spell that I have. Wave it about.
Pop him on the head.
What about this? What about this?
1 second. So, oh yes, we do accept scrolls. I can give you 100 gold for this scroll.
Getting there. No. Yeah, this is never happening. Absolutely don't have the cash for that.
I mean, you do have a well, you don't, but the party has a gold crown.
Oh shit! So we do.
Oh, yeah.
What about these magic mushrooms? Got some magic beans.
It's like a 1990s rave.
No, I'm more interested in items
Big
and
sword, little
objects
sword.
than
All right.
what?
I give up.
Broadsword, dagger, dagger, broadsword, dagger, hand crossbow.
I give up. I don't have enough things to sell to make up work.
How much do you need to make up for it again?
If I sell the scroll at 100, and then I've got 137 on me, so I need like basically like 263.
I'm going to
Cool.
throw him a pouch of gemstones.
Is it our gemstones? The group gemstones?
Is it, or is it his gemstones?
So
Maybe the possession is 9/10, right?
Yeah, you recognise this pouch, yeah. How much were they worth?
How much is the gems
They're
worth?
worth 50 gold.
Okay, so we're down. We're out to 287. So we
I'll
need.
give you 50. I'll give you 50 gold towards it.
Jesus Christ! Just start calculating all this. So
If this is too expensive for you, I do have some cheaper items. I sell superior potions. I have
potion seller.
I have a nice ring, although that would cost as much as. God damn it!
Fucking
hell.
Expect someone get the bread out.
God damn it!
The knob for the ring.
That's your episode title.
Yeah.
Got a nice ring.
A ring in there last night.
Purple has a nice
Your
ring.
pants. So I need 163 gold. Well,
Okay.
let's pony up.
Did you take the 50 that I gave you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Do you have any studded leather armor?
Me?
Magical.
No, just box standard studded leather armor.
I believe I may have some in the back. Let me go and check.
Like going around with a coin, like a little pot, just rattling
Hang
it.
on,
at the
hang
rest
on,
of the
hang on.
party.
Let me get back to you on that.
I don't like the look of John's face.
I'm scheming.
Plotting.
I don't go for it where you are.
Yes, I do have one that might fit your frame. Let me just check prices. Yes, that is 600 gold.
Holy
Gold for studied armor.
hell.
Yeah.
Remember?
Magical is
Really is,
magical.
John Lewis.
Now, tell you what, I'll give you 200 gold, and it'll pay for his stuff and that. And I'll just do my more persuasive bollocks.
So that's 6.
Are you going to try and pay 200 gold for everything? For 1,200
no.
quid's worth of shit?
I'm afraid Pumat Prime would not accept that trade. We have set prices for our items. It's calculated very precisely. I'm afraid we can't deviate.
You see, yeah, as far as I'm aware, for some studded leather armor, it's normally between 40 to 50 gold. Not
this
not that much.
magical leather armor.
Yeah, but I don't want magic. I just want some spiky
They're
bits.
magic.
Just regular.
Oh, then
They're magic
you'll
at the
want
end
to
of
be
your wallet.
speaking to the regular quartermasters in town. We only sell magical items here.
But anyway, can we cut a deal with this guy? What's the best price you can give him? Come on. Look at him. He's a poor
Roll me a
poor starving-
persuasion check.
Come on.
You should be pretty good at this, being the bard.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I could come down to 200 gold. It is a close combat weapon, and that is something that some people want to avoid. So I can come down to 500 gold on this.
Is that all right for you?
I mean, I'm still 163 away, but that's definitely closer.
I mean, is there any more wiggle room there? Any more?
No, I'm afraid not. Pumat Prime allows us a tiny bit of latitude, but there is a certain amount that we have to make off our items. Otherwise, it's just not profitable to have this shop open so far from Zadash.
Okay. If that's the case, then right. I'll let Elfie. I'll lend you some. You owe me.
Okay, what are you lending me?
What's it? It's shy of 160.
163.
163. Well, I'll lend you 163 then.
Right.
Yeah, you're loaded.
Isn't it?
Bad lie.
Okay, so you hand over the money. You are now the proud owner of a dagger of poison. Sorry, a dagger of venom.
Okay,
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
So technically, I handed over 400 gold and 100 and the Greater Restoration Scroll.
Okay.
So dagger of venom. Ooh, that's fancy.
So, are you sure I can't work with you with the Mardoons to see if I can maybe negotiate a deal for you to purchase back your knob?
No, I think we may come back to this, but I think for now we will.
I will keep an eye out in case another one comes through. They do often come in pairs, I have heard. So, well, can I? Is there somewhere I can send a message if anything else comes through?
Yeah, if you leave it with anyone at the trench, they'll be able to let us know.
Okay, I will let the trench know if anything comes through which matches the description of what you're after.
Thank you. So, guy, I kind of look round to the guys when we leave the shop and go, we can't really go back to the trench now.
When somewhere relatively quiet, it's like you don't want to piss them off. It's like
If we're outside and out of earshot of this guy, we
Mhm.
set the families against each other. We cause them. Can we play something so that they all think that it's somebody else causing problems?
well, that was my
Distracted.
idea. Is if we go to the Trebanes because they might be able to score points against more Doons. and it might benefit them. But you're gonna
sorry,
watch
why can't we
lots
go? Why can't we go to the Muldoons?
because they would sell you.
Well, can't we
Yeah,
just
they're
full front
enslaved,
ourselves?
aren't they?
Okay, okay. I thought okay.
You
So,
don't get anything for now from
yeah,
Muldoon.
basically that any business you do with them is going to exact a cost that most people aren't willing to pay. They are
We've just got
they
a
are
shiny dagger though.
the most dangerous.
Yeah.
And they've clearly taken an interest in this. You don't know why.
Yeah, I can't understand why the Muldoons and the Trebans are taking an interest in your shiny knob.
Yeah, maybe they want you to go with it.
Maybe. Do I offer myself up then, burn the place down? It's tricky to tell.
No, they will have plenty of people employed that will basically you won't be able to defeat them all.
What was this about? Hang on. Should we go and talk to Mirala?
The ranger that initially brought it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That would be a useful thing to start with.
Yeah.
definitely.
I actually think that would be a very good place to leave it.
Yeah.
We're coming up to 11:15, so
Yes.
if that's okay with
I'm
everyone
about
else.
About to fall asleep on you guys. I'm sorry. A long day.
Yeah, I've got to go